Detective Agency for the solution of the problems of ladies and others. From the front door, you could look out over the roofs of the town, over the tops of the acacia tree, out towards the hills like small islands on the plains. That was my place, my country, and I was happy there and proud too. On hot afternoons, I would sit in the agency with the door and the windows open. That made the office a bit cooler. But it also meant that I could hear singing from the school nearby.
Coco, is this the place? The No.1 Ladies Detective Agency.
It is that place, Ma. You may come in.
I saw the sign outside. It is a very good sign. Nice and bright. So I knew that this was where I should come.
If you have a problem, Ma, then this is definitely the right place for you. That is what we are for. We are for people with problems in their lives.
Oh, but that's not me. I'm not here because I have a problem. I'm here for the job. They told me at the Botswana Secretarial College that you were looking for a secretary. I am a secretary.
Ah, so you are not a client? Well, Ma, it is true that I need a secretary. I have just set up this business and I need a secretary. I also need clients.
I can start immediately. Right now. Just tell me where I can sit.
But I was going to ask some questions, Ma. I hadn't quite...
There will be plenty of time for questions once I have started. Is this my place? Here.
That seat will be for the secretary, yes. But I was
There. That is a good place. It is a comfortable seat, this one, Ma. But I am a hard worker, and you won't see me sitting about all the time.
No, well...
And I am very good at filing, Ma. I will make one file for each client, and a separate file for all the bills. Then you will know where we are.
And tea? Will you be able to make the tea?
I am very good at that, Ma. Tea is very important. You will have no cause to worry about that. Tea, typing, filing. I will do all of these things, Ma. You just leave it to me. You see, Ma, there's something that perhaps I should tell you.
You can speak, Ma. If you are going to be working here, you might as well tell me.
Oh, it is nothing bad. In fact, it is very good. You see, I am a graduate of the Botswana Secretarial College, and I am a graduate with 97%. That is the mark I got in the final examinations.
That is a very high mark.
Yes, it is the highest mark that any student of the college has ever been given. But let's not talk too much about that. There is work to be done. I will move that typewriter to my desk, and that box of paper clips can go in that drawer. Tell me, Ma, how did you come to start this business?
I was left some cattle by my father. There were many cattle, in fact. And so I sold them and I used the money to buy a house and start this business.
Your father will be pleased, don't you think, Ma? If he knew that you had started a detective agency.
I am not so sure about that. My daddy believed in cattle. That is what he understood. Some people, you see, particularly older people, don't really understand what a detective agency is all about. Cattle are different. They know about cattle. Well, Mr. J.L.B. Matakoni, what can you do about my van?
The timing is out again, Ramotswe. I have set it many times, but I think maybe one day you will need a new timing chain.
But you have fixed it for now.
For now, it is fixed, yes. But you must remember, no vehicle lasts forever. Engines are like people, they grow old. This is an old van now.
But Mr. J.L.B. Matakoni, would you get rid of your grandmother just because she's old?
That is not what I said, Ramotswe. All I meant is this. There are some things that Clockwing Road speedy motors can do, and there are some things that they cannot. Your van is working now, but...
You are a very fine mechanic, Mr. J.L.B. Matakoni. You are the best mechanic in Botswana by far.
Oh, I am not Maramotswe. I am just Mr. J.L.B. Matekoni, and this is just Clockwen Road Speedy Motors. There's one thing I was wondering about, Maramotswe. I know that you are a very clever lady. I have always known that. But do you know how to be a private detective?
Yes, I think I do. I think that it will all be a question of common sense. Do you think I've got common sense, Mr. J.L.B. Matekoni?
Oh, yes, ma. I certainly do. You are a lady with a great deal of common sense. And if I may say so, you are also a very beautiful lady. A traditionally built beautiful lady. But? Well, we shall see. We shall see what happens when you get your first client. In the meantime, your van is ready. Here is the key. Please do not drive too fast in it, because it is not strong. And always remember to release the handbrake before you disengage the clutch. You will remember that, won't you, Maramotswe?
Now then, Mama Kutsi, let us see where we are. We have the telephone now, we have 2 desks, and we have 1 filing cabinet.
And the cash box. And the teapot.
And the supplies of red bush tea. That is very important, Ma. In fact, I think it is time for some tea.
It is ready, Ma. And there is another thing we need.
And what is that?
We need a client.
Yes, that would be good. It has been
4.
It has been 4 days, but I am sure that there will be somebody. If we wait long enough, there are bound to be people with problems.
As long as they know to come here and knock on our door. Like that.
Coco?
Now then, Ma, if you are comfortable in your chair,
I am very comfortable, Ma.
and if your tea is as you like it to be...
Oh, it is very fine, this tea.
bush tea.
It is very good for you.
Then, Ma, you could tell us what we can do for you. We are a detective agency, you see.
I will tell you, Ma. Let me start with my name. I am Happy Bapetsi. That is what I've always been called. Just Happy Bapetsi.
Mm-hmm.
I live here in Haparoni, although I come from far away up there in Maun. That is where I lived with my mother. There was a father, but he went away a long time ago, when I was very young. I do not remember that man. He went out of Botswana over the border, and we heard no more of him until somebody wrote to us and said they had been at a big hospital and had seen a body on a trolley. And they said that man looked just like my father. They said that man is late now. I worked hard at school. There was a good school in that place, and I was very quick at mathematics. The teacher could say, "Happy, what is 250 multiplied by 68?" And I would answer straight away, just like that.
What is the answer, Ma?
17,000.
Oh, that is fast. You are a calculating machine, Ma.
Thank you. Well, I worked very hard, and when I came to Haparoni about 10 years ago as a young woman, I was given a job at a bank, and I did very well there. They kept promoting me because I was so quick at my work. But then they had promoted me so much that the men who worked there said, "No, that is enough. We cannot have clever ladies above us." But I didn't care. I had a good job, and I had a fine house with 2 bedrooms, Ma. 2 bedrooms. I had everything I needed.
You must be proud of that, Ma. You must be proud of what you have done.
Oh, thank you, Ma. I was proud. And everything went very well until my father came back.
Your father? Your late father? The one who had died?
Yes, that one. I had never been told officially that he was late. I just thought that. And then one morning, this man came along to the house and said to me,
You are Happy Bapetsi, that is your name?
"I am Happy Bapetsi."
Oh, I am glad to have found you. Oh, I am so full of joy, full of joy.
"Who are you, Ra? What do you want of me?"
Oh, Happy. You are happy, and I am happy. I am your daddy, Happy. I am that man. And now here I am, and here are you. This is a very special day.
My daddy. My late daddy.
Well, I am not late. Look at me. I am very happy. And I am filled with joy that at long last, I have found my daughter.
I don't know what to say. I thought... Well, you must come in.
Oh, thank you, my daughter. Now, is there any food for the stomach of a hungry man who has just found his daughter after many years? Is there any meat, maybe, for the daddy's stomach?
This is a very strange story, Happy. You must have been very surprised by all this.
I was, Ma, but I was quite pleased. You see, my mother was late and I thought I had no daddy. Now I had one. So I invited him in and gave him food. Then he asked me if he could stay as he had no place to go.
And you let him in?
Of course I did. You cannot tell your daddy to go away just because you thought he was late and he isn't.
So he moved in?
Yes. And to begin with, it was fine. While I went off to walk in the bank, he sat outside the house and warmed himself in the sun. Then when I came back, I would make a meal for him and give him beer to drink. He was very pleasant, but...
Yes, Ma, but...
He began to ask me for many things. Daughter, I am very hungry these days. I need more meat. Please cook me more meat for my plate. A man needs a great deal of meat.
It sounds like your daddy is taking advantage of you.
Yes. And there is another thing. He never does one stroke of work, not one. I am the one who cooks. I am the one who washes up. I am the one who sweeps. I am the one who mends his clothes.
Many men are like that, Ma.
Yes, but this one is especially like that.
It is very bad.
Yes. In fact, it is worse. You know something? I do not think that he is my daddy at all.
I see. So this man may be an imposter. Yes. It would be a very good thing, wouldn't it, to find a kind lady like you and get them to do everything for you. What a convenient arrangement.
And so I have come to you, Ramotswe. You are a detective. You are a clever lady. Can you find out, please, is this man really my daddy? If he is, I will be a dutiful daughter and look after him. I will make him fed. But if he is not, then...
You must not worry, Ma. This is a case for the number...
I would never take somebody in just because he says he's my father. She should have made inquiries.
Difficult to do. She had no photographs of her late father, and her mother is late too. What can she do? No, I think she behaved exactly like a daughter would do. And anyway, she wanted to believe him. She wanted to have a father.
Well, I don't see what we can do. This is too difficult. We can't ask him, can we?
No, we can't do that. But I think we shall be able to get him to tell us.
I do not see how.
Mama could see. Have you read your Bible? Of course you have. And have you heard of Solomon, who was a very wise king? Of course you have. Well, let's think what Solomon would do. Can you look up the number for the hospital? I want to phone my friend, Sister Hohwe.
And ask her advice. What will she know?
I want to borrow one of her nursing uniforms. That's what I want to do. She is a traditionally built lady like me, and it should fit me fine. I want to dress up as a nurse and go and see this so-called daddy.
This is very puzzling, Ma.
Yes, it is. But you'll see. You can come with me in my van. You can sit in the van and watch. There now, Ma. That is the house. And that, I suppose, is the daddy sitting outside in the sun, looking very full of good meat bought by Happy Bapetsi. Now you stay here, Ma, and watch. I am going to have to run up to the gate. I'm going to be in a terrible hurry. Ra! Oh, Ra, quick, come over here.
What is this, Ma? What is this? What is all this fuss?
Oh, Ra, I am a nurse from the hospital.
I can see that. What do you want with me? I am quite well.
Ra, this is very serious. Are you the father of a woman called Happy Bapetsi?
I am that man. I am the daddy.
Oh, good. I am glad that I have found you. You see, there has been a terrible accident.
Accident? Is Happy...
Happy has been hurt. She's all right, but...
my little girl, my Happy.
Don't panic, Ra. She will be all right. But they need to give her blood. She has lost a lot.
Then give her blood. Buy as much blood as you need. There is money to pay with.
I wish it was that simple, Ra. No. Happy has an unusual blood group. Very good blood, but unusual. The doctor says they can only use the blood of a close relative. We need you to give us that blood.
Me? Take blood from me?
Yes. And the doctor says he will need a lot. He may have to take about half your blood, and that will be very sore for you. In fact, you might die.
Die?
Yes. But of course a father will always do such a thing for his daughter, will he not? Hurry up now. The doctor says we must not be long.
I cannot do this thing.
But you are the daddy. Of course you can do it.
No. There has been a mistake. I am not the real daddy, you see.
Not the real daddy. Well, well. That is very interesting. And so you have been sitting here, a perfect stranger, eating all this food, while pretending to be Happy's daddy. Have you heard of the Botswana Penal Code, Ra? Have you heard how it punishes tricksters like you?
I am just an old man.
Where do you come from?
From Lobatsi.
Right, Ra. You have 10 minutes to pack your things. Just your things, please. And then I will drive you to the bus station. There are many buses back to Lobatsi. That was our first case, and I thought that if everything was like that, then it would be easy to be a private detective. But I would discover that this was not so. There would be times when it would be much more difficult, because life is not always happy, but it may be sad too. And there are sad letters.
We have received a letter, Ma. Look, here it is. To the manager, the No.1 Ladies Detective Agency.
You open it, Mama Kutsi. You are the secretary. You open it.
Very well, Ma. Should I read it too?
Yes, you read it out, Ma, and I will think while you are reading.
Mm-hmm. To the manager of the No.1 Ladies Detective Agency. Dear Madam, I am a teacher, Ma, at a small school in a village. It is not an important place, and you will probably never have heard of it. But it is a good place to live, and I have been happy living there with my wife. We have one son, who is 11 years old, and now he is missing. I have searched for him everywhere. We have asked the police. They have looked in caves nearby and in old wells, just in case. But he is nowhere. My heart is broken, Ma. I am not a rich man, but I beg you to tell me if you hear anything about a boy who is missing. You are a lady who talks to many people. Maybe somebody will say something. Please help me, Ma, for I am very sad and only hope one day to see my son again. Yours faithfully, Ernest Pakotati, Deep Ed.
That is all.
That is all.
There are many sad things that happen.
That is true, Ma. And this time there are sad things happening.
And I don't see what we can do. I would like to help that man, but what can we do?
I don't know. Who should answer that, Ma? Should I?
You are the secretary and the receptionist. You should answer. Then put them through to me.
But there is only one phone.
You pass me the handset. That is how it is done in a small office.
This is the No.1 Ladies Detective Agency for the problems of ladies...
Yes, I know what number I have dialed.
Please wait, Ra. I'll transfer you to Mara Ramotswe.
Now what is all this transfer nonsense? Who is this Mara Ramotswe? I want to speak to a detective. Is there no man there?
You are speaking to the detective, Ra. What is the trouble?
Oh, there is trouble, all right. Trouble. You see, I have found a note in my daughter's room. That is my daughter Nandira. I have told her, no seeing boys. But do you think she listens? She does not. They think that they know better than their parents. Children these days. They think they are so clever. And then I find this note to a boy called Jack in her handwriting. You come and see me. Please, at my house. I will tell you all about this. We'll see about this, Jack. We'll see.
Just put your foot down on the accelerator, Ramotswe. Not too much, just a little. That's right. Now then, again. Right. Switch off, please.
It was going very well, Mr. JLB Matukoni. Then it started to play up.
It is the same old problem. Ivan gets old.
Let's not talk like that, Mr. JLB Matukoni. There is no point in getting rid of something that still works.
Yeah, but there does come a day when...
Maybe. Oh, it's very hot today, isn't it? A day to be drinking tea. Would you not say, Mr. JLB Matukoni?
A good idea, Ramotswe. Shall we go into my office? You see, Ramotswe, I have bought some of that tea you like so much. Bush tea.
I noticed that. You are very kind.
It's good to sit here and drink tea with you. It takes me away from those two apprentices back there. They are bad for my blood pressure. Do you know, I saw one of them using a hammer on an engine the other day. Can you believe it?
It sounds very bad.
They have no feeling for machinery. You have to be able to understand what an engine is saying to you. They will never learn that, I think. Would you ever take an apprentice detective?
Well, I have Mama Kutsi, my secretary. She is a sort of apprentice. Maybe one day she will learn to be a detective.
She will learn, I am sure, when she sees how you solve your cases. Have you had any clients yet, Ramotswe?
Yes, I have had one. And now I have had a letter. Actually, it was a letter which I wanted to show you. Look, here it is. You have finished?
Yes, here it is.
Well, Mr. JLB Matukoni, what do you think?
I am sorry for that man, Ma. I am very sorry.
Yes, who wouldn't be sorry for him?
And I do not think he will see that boy again. I am sorry, but that is what I think. You know what I am talking about, don't you? That boy has been taken for medicine.
You think that?
I wish I could think something else. I wish I could, but I fear that this is the work of a witch doctor. And if that is the case, then that boy is lost.
When I look out of your window right now, what do I see? Cars, houses, modern Botswana, the finest country in Africa. And then I hear what you have said, and I think of that boy, and I ask myself, how can such things be?
This is a very shameful thing. It is very, very shameful. But sometimes it happens. I'm sorry, Ramotswe, but you asked me what I thought and I told you. I wish I could say something different, but I can't. Can we talk about something else?
I suppose so. What did you want to talk about?
Oh, anything. I like talking to you, Ramotswe. I cannot talk to those young men through there. They only want to talk about girls.
They are young men. That is normal. One day they will get married. That will teach them.
You were married once, Ramotswe.
I was, Mr. JLB Matukoni. It was when I was very young. It was not a good thing.
May I ask you, Ma, who was this man you married?
Noti Mokoti. He was a musician, a trumpeter. I should not have married him.
You should not have married him.
No, it was a mistake. But I was very young and he played the trumpet very well, and I thought that...
There are many ways of making a mistake when you are young. It is very easy. Where is this man now?
He left. He went to play the trumpet over the border, over in Johannesburg. I have never seen him since. That is the end.
Will you get married again, Ramotswe?
I do not think so. I am happy as I am. I have my house in Zebra Drive. I have this business of mine. I have my tiny white van.
But if a man came along and asked you, let's say an older man, a man who thought highly of you, what if a man like that asked you to marry him?
Oh, I think I would say, thank you, Ra, but no. I don't think I would change my mind. But if I ever did get married again, I'm sure that I would choose a good man like you, Mr. J.L.B. Matakuni. But I am not thinking of it. I do not think it will happen. I think it is somewhere near here. I have driven past that house 100 times. It is this turning here.
This one on the right?
Yes, that is it. These houses are very grand, aren't they, Ma? You have to have a lot of money to build a house like these ones.
And you have to build a big wall too. Do you know this man we are going to see, Ma?
I do not know him, but I know of him. Everybody does. He has a lot of businesses, this man. Shops here, shops there. He owns a cinema too, I think. Yeah, he has a lot of money, this Mr. Patel.
He must be very good at business.
He works hard. He has worked very hard, I think. Now, he's rich.
This is the place? Are you sure we should just go up to the door? I have never been in such a house.
Don't worry. Yes, this is it. See? Big wall, big gates. We'll park here because this van is not grand enough to drive through those gates.
So, there you are. Come in, come in. And who is this other lady?
That is Mama Kutsi. She's my assistant.
2 detectives? I'm not sure if I want to pay for 2 detectives. Everywhere you go these days, there are 2 people to do things. 2 people to bring you your lunch, 2 people to give you an injection, 2 lawyers to sign every piece of paper. It is very inefficient.
It is sometimes necessary if a case is complicated, Mr. Patel. 2 heads are better than 1.
Oh, are they? You seem very sure of that. But if that is true, then why did God give us only 1 head, may I ask? You answer that, clever ladies. Say, no answer.
Well, these are big questions, Ra. Maybe we should think of smaller things. Maybe you asked us here for a smaller thing.
A smaller thing? Yes, but still a big thing from my point of view. But I don't think that we should discuss this in the hall. This is a private matter. We can go through to my study. There are ears in this hall. Sometimes you don't see them, but there are ears. This way, ladies. Yes? Come on. Come on.
You have many things in here, Ra. You are very lucky.
It is not a question of luck, Ma. It is a question of hard work. Hard work.
You are right, Ra. Hard work is the only way to become rich. You do not find money lying on the ground waiting to be picked up.
Do you think the younger generation knows that? I can tell you, Ma, they do not. They have all these modern ideas in their heads. They want to do exactly as they please. They think that their parents know nothing.
You have children, Ra?
I have children, yes. I have 1 son who is a dentist, BDS with honors, very clever. And then I have 2 other daughters who have husbands in the business. They have matching Mercedes-Benz cars, Ma. You might have seen them parked outside. And then there is my youngest, Nandira. She's the one with modern ideas.
Perhaps that is natural, Ra. Young people often have modern ideas. They grow out of them and become traditional later on. That is normal.
You're telling me what is normal, Ma? Pa! That is what I say to that. Pa! This girl is only 16, and yet she thinks that she knows what is good for her. How can you know what is good for you when you are only 16? Did you know what was good for you when you were 16, Ma? Or what about you, other detective lady, standing there saying nothing? Did you know what was good for you when you were 16?
Well, I think sometimes I knew.
Pa! That's what I say to that too, Pa! You did not know what was good for you then. You might have thought that you knew, but you didn't really. And my 16-year-old is just the same. She knows nothing.
But what exactly is the problem, Mr. Patel? It is hardly worth calling in detectives to deal with a teenager just because she's thinking for herself a bit.
Sit down. Sit down. I'll tell you what the problem is. The problem, ladies, is a boy. That's the problem. This daughter of mine is seeing a boy. I am sure of it.
Mr. Patel, I see how you feel. I know that you people feel strongly about these things, but don't you think that the world has changed?
Oh, yes. I do think that. The world has changed, you say. Yes, you are right. But it has changed for the worse, I tell you. All these modern ideas, they are what has made the world change.
I don't know if we can help you, Ra. I really don't know. I am a modern, forward-looking lady, you know. I am not
You
sure.
are a detective, Ma. And a detective should help anybody who comes for help. Have you not heard of detective ethics?
I am not sure, Ra.
So, what I want you to do is this. I want you to follow my daughter for a while. When she leaves school, I want to know where she goes, and where she goes and who she sees. Then you tell me, and I will handle matters from there.
Have you not asked her whether she is seeing this boy?
I have asked. And all she does is go dumb insolent. But I know that there is a boy. And that is where you ladies come in. You find out about this, and you will be very well paid. Look, here is my check.
It's all tight and ready to be signed. I think that we have done all our work for the day. Look, it is almost 4 o'clock.
Yes, it is time to stop and think about going home. Mama Kutsi, I have never asked you about home. I don't know where you...
I live over there in Ola Lady Ma. It is not a very nice place to live. It is not as good as your place. I have 1 room only. 1 room. But I'm happy in it.
I see. And is there water?
There is a tap outside that I share. It is not too bad. I have my brother too. He lives with me. He's not well. I have made a bit of the room a private place for him. There is a curtain, and his bed is behind it. He's very sick, I think. He does not get up very much.
I understand, Ma. It must be very hard for you.
It is hard. Sometimes I cry for my brother when I lie there at night and I hear his breathing behind the curtain, and the way his breath comes so hard. That makes me very sad. Do you have brothers and sisters, Ramotswe?
I have no brothers and sisters. It was only me and my father. My mother became late when I was very young, just a baby. I cannot remember my mother.
And your father, he is late too?
Yes, he is late. He was a very fine man, my daddy. He was called Obed Ramotswe, and he looked after me very well. He was a very good judge of cattle, my father. He could tell which calves would grow up into strong beasts and which would not. And his cattle always did very well, even in dry years. I think that was because he loved them.
That is a very good thing, to know about cattle like that.
Yes, there were many people like him. That was the old Botswana. People were so kind in those days. I remember once when I was a girl in Mashuti and he lost the hat that he always wore. It was not a smart hat. It was old and battered. But he loved it. Somebody found it and put it on top of a wall so that it would be safe and he would be able to find it again. Would that happen today? I do not think so, Ma. I do not think that we care so much for the hats of others these days.
That is true. That old Botswana.
It was a very special place, but it is still the same country and I'm still proud of it.
Yes, things change. But change is sometimes good too.
Don't let Mr. Patel hear you say that. That man, oh dear. Look, Ma, I will drive you back. It is still too hot to walk. I will drive you home. It will not take me long.
You are very kind, Ma. You are like the old Botswana. When I hear you say things like that, it is the old Botswana speaking. I'm sure of it.
Hello? Hello?
That is Ramotswe.
Yes, it is. And that is Mr. J.L.B. Matekoni.
Yes. I hope that I am not disturbing you, Ma.
I have finished my dinner and I was putting away the pots. We can talk now.
I would not bother you at home, Ma, unless it was something important. There is something I need to talk to you about, Ma. May I come to your house? I do not want to talk about this thing over the telephone.
That sounds very important, Ra. Is it about my van? Is this the end for my tiny white van?
The van is very old, Ma, but no, it is not about that. This is a very difficult thing. I shall tell you when I see you. I shall be at your place in 10 minutes, no more, 10 minutes.
It is not too late to have tea. On some nights, if I cannot get to sleep, I come out and sit out here on my veranda and look up at the stars while I drink my tea. Then I go back to bed and I find that I fall asleep straight away. This red bush tea does not keep you awake like ordinary tea.
It is very good.
You said on the telephone that there was something very important to talk about. What can be so important that you cannot talk about it on the telephone?
This is such a thing, Ma. I am telling you, this is such a thing.
I am listening, Mr. J.L.B. Matekoni.
We have been fixing a car in the garage.
You have been fixing a car in the garage. Well, now, that is something.
No, Ramotswe, do not make fun of this. This car had been in an accident and it needs a lot of work, maybe about a week or so.
Yes.
Have you heard of Mr. Charlie Kotso?
Oh, so it is his car.
Yes, Mr. Charlie Kotso, the businessman, the one who makes things happen, the man with the money. They call him all these things.
And they call him other things too. They call him a crook.
I do not like to talk about him, but I am sure that that is true. Anyway, one of his men brought the car in and left it with us. I got my apprentices to start clearing it out because the windscreen had been shattered and there was a lot of glass lying about. You can cut yourself if you are working on a car in that condition.
I am sure you can.
And so the two boys started to clean up the car. And then one of them came in to see me and he was shaking, Ma. He was like this, shaking.
Go on, Mr. J.L.B. Matekoni.
He had opened the glove compartment of the car, the place where you keep papers and things, not gloves in this country. And that is where he found a small bag made of sacking, and in it there was this.
Pass that to me, please.
You see what it is, Ma?
I do. A bone.
And the bag that it is in. A bone in a bag. What does that say to you, Ramotswe?
I think it says the same thing that it says to you. This looks like a finger bone.
Of a child, do you not think? Would you not say that this is the finger bone of a child?
Maybe. Of course, it could be something else. It could be a bone from a baboon or some other animal. It is sometimes hard to tell.
But why would somebody have the bone of a baboon in a bag? Does that sound likely? Don't you think?
Yes. Yes, I think you are right, Mr. J.L.B. Matekoni. I think that this is witchcraft. This is the thing that we are so ashamed of. This is a very dark thing.
And there is something else to tell you. The apprentice found that bone this morning. Late this afternoon, one of Mr. Kotso's men came round and asked if we had found anything in the car. He was very rude and threatening.
And you said?
I could not tell him. I said that we had found nothing, and then I asked him what it was that he thought had been left in the car. He did not say anything. He went away.
I don't know what to do about this, Mr. J.L.B. Matukoni. I'm not sure if I'm that sort of detective.
You remember that letter, Ma? The one from that teacher. The one who said that his son was missing.
It would not be easy to forget that letter.
Well, I am sorry to say, I think that this may have something to do with that letter.
I was thinking that too.
And?
Leave this thing with me, Mr. J.L.B. Matukoni. You go home now and leave this thing with me. He left me and I went to bed that night and lay there in my room, thinking. I'm not one who is easily frightened, but that night I was frightened, and I thought, perhaps I shouldn't have become a detective because detectives need to be brave, and I think that I was not very brave. I was just an ordinary lady like any other lady in Botswana. Then it was morning, and I went outside, and the light was all about, and the air was sharp and fresh, and I was ready to start on the work that lay ahead of me that day. For there was a great deal to do. There was Mr. Patel's daughter to find out about, and a visit to be made to a doctor I knew at the hospital, who could help me with something I needed to find out. These and others. And now I had some clients. One of them a very rich one, Mr. Patel. He suspected that his daughter was seeing a boy, and he did not approve. I was to find out whether that was true. Something I was not very happy about, as I am a modern lady who believes in freedom. But I was also a detective who had to help people with the difficulties in their lives, and Mr. Patel was very anxious, and I had to help him. There was another case too, one which made me very worried. That was the case of the missing boy. Mr. J.L.B. Matukoni, my friend, who ran Clockwing Road Speedy Motors, and who was such a fine mechanic, he said to me that that boy was probably lost now, the victim of witchcraft. His apprentice had found a bone in a car which belonged to Mr. Charlie Kotso, a rich businessman who might have been mixed up in witchcraft. I did not like any of this, and for a while I put it out of my mind and busied myself with this business of Nandira Patel and her mysterious boyfriend. This is a good place to be parked. You see, we get a good view of the school gate from here. And when the children come out, we will see this girl we are looking for. It will be easy.
That singing is very beautiful, Ma. I always like to listen to the singing of children. I cannot sing well myself, but I like to listen to people who can.
It is the same for me with dancing. I cannot dance very well, but I like to watch people who can dance. That is a very pretty sight.
I'm sure that you can dance, Ma.
No, it is kind of you to say that, but I cannot dance very well. I am traditionally built. Traditionally built ladies are sometimes a bit too large to dance very well. Not that there is anything wrong with being traditionally built. The traditional build is the correct size for ladies in this country. This business of being thin is a new thing for Africa, and it is no good. Men should like ladies who are more comfortably made. That is a sign that the woman can make good food.
You are quite right, Ma. At the Botswana Secretariat College, there were some very thin girls who thought that they were elegant. These girls were generally no good.
That is very interesting. It is certainly better to be of traditional build. That is well known. And these thin ladies, if they stand in the bush, then you might not even see them. You might think that they are just another tree. And there is another reason why it's better to be traditionally built. If you are a thin person and are walking in the bush, Then snakes will not know that you are approaching. They need to hear the vibrations in the ground. And thin people make very few vibrations. But a snake will always know when a traditionally built person is approaching and will get out of the way. That is why traditionally built people are not very often bitten by snakes.
That is very interesting, Ma. Look, they are coming out now. You don't think that she will notice us here?
Why should she notice us? We are just two ladies sitting in a van. This girl does not know that we are watching for her.
And she will not think it's strange if she is followed by a white van with these two ladies in it?
We shall be careful, Mama Kutsi. There are ways of doing these things. Now look, there she is. That is the same girl who was in the photograph that Mr. Patel showed me. Look, there she is with her friends.
They are both girls. Both the friends are girls.
So I see. But she's saying goodbye to them, isn't she? Maybe now she will lead us to this boy.
So this is where she's going, the cinema?
Yes. Now we must be very careful here. We shall go and look in those shop windows over there, Ma. Then we shall see when the boy comes to join her.
She could be going by herself.
There will be a boy, Ma. This is the sort of place where girls go to meet their boyfriends.
She seems to be doing nothing at the moment.
She's waiting, you see? That is what she's doing. Come along now. We will go and look in those interesting shop windows. She will not notice us.
Oh, Ma, careful. She's looking at us.
That doesn't matter. She is looking and thinking there are two ladies going to the cinema. There is nothing odd about that.
But she is staring hard. Look, she must think there is something odd happening.
Nonsense. Look, we'll just walk up to the ticket office and get our tickets and go in. Then we'll see her when she comes in with her boyfriend.
And then?
And then we can go and see Mr. Patel and tell him, yes, your daughter is seeing a boy. And this is what the boy looks like. Maybe we can follow the boy home afterwards and find out where he lives.
Oh, Ma Ramotswe, I think it might all be too exciting for me. I did not learn how to do this sort of thing at the Botswana Secretarial College. I learned shorthand and the principles of filing. I did not learn how to follow people into cinemas.
Mama Kutsi, you must pull yourself together. This is a simple case. All we are going to do is go in there and take our seats and watch a film. What is hard about that?
She has not come inside yet, and the film is about to start. Do you think that she has gone away?
She is waiting for the boy. She will come inside soon, you'll see.
I don't know. And won't it be difficult to see them properly once they turn the lights down?
We'll see, Ma, we'll see. And one thing, Ma, if you don't mind. When you are on a case, Ma, perhaps you shouldn't ask too many questions. Sorry to say that, Ma.
I was only asking, Ma. And you yourself haven't been a detective for very long, Ma. I don't mean to be rude, but...
Excuse me, Boma, but would you mind if I sat next to you here, in this seat?
Well, I suppose not. No. That seat is free. You may sit there.
Thank you. You see, I'm by myself here. It's just me, and it's nice to sit near other people. You don't mind, do you?
No, we don't mind, do we, Mama Kutsi?
No, we do not mind.
Good. You see, I have been hoping to speak to you. I noticed you, you see. I saw you following me from the school in that little white van of yours, and then you came here, and you were still following me, I thought.
Following you? Why would we follow you? Don't we have better things to do than that?
Apparently not. But please don't take offense, Ma. I know that you are only doing your job and that it is my father who asked you to do this. it is not the first time. He has had the people from his shops follow me before, and now he has asked you ladies to do it. It is not your fault.
I see. And you know that this is happening?
Of course I do. Anybody can tell when they're being followed, especially if it's by two ladies in a little white van. You can hardly miss something like that, you know.
Well, I do not like to tell lies. I must tell the truth. Yes, we have been following you. We were asked by your father...
Who thinks I am seeing a boy? Would you believe that? Why would I be seeing a boy?
It sometimes happens, you know. Girls see boys, and the other way around.
Yes, but I am not seeing a boy. That is the difference between me and those girls who are seeing boys. They are seeing boys. I am not. Poor Papi. He's very worried about me. He's a very old-fashioned person. Very old-fashioned.
He is a parent, Nandira. That is what parents are like. They worry about their children. It is always like that. You can't blame a parent for doing what all parents do.
I'm not blaming him, Ma. All I'm saying is that I wish he trusted me. That's all.
So, there is no boy?
There is no boy.
And this Jack, your father said that he found a note written to a boy called Jack. Who is he, if there is no boy?
I made him up, Ma. Jack was an invention. When you do not have a boyfriend, then it is sometimes fun to make one up. But that's all it was.
So, no Jack. I see. Are you sure you are telling me the truth?
Of course I'm telling you the truth. Look at me, Ma. Do I look like the sort of girl who would tell lies? Do I?
No. I don't think you do. And I shall trust you. All right. I shall talk to your father. I shall try to persuade him to see that it is not helpful, all this worrying about boys who do not exist.
Thank you, Ma.
Now then, Ramotswe, don't tell me that van is playing up again. I looked at it only a few days ago, didn't I?
It is not playing up, no. It is running very sweetly, like a bee, I think.
That is very good. Perhaps it will not be visiting me for quite some time now, although I am always pleased to receive visits from you, Ramotswe. That is something I always enjoy, and especially today. I have been given a cake by Ma Potokwani. Come through here and I will give you a piece and some of that bush tea you like so much. Come this way.
You know that I have a weakness for cake, Mr. J.L.B. Matakoni. You know that, don't you?
Yes, I do. But I think that I have a weakness for it too. That is why Ma Potokwani always makes me a cake when she's about to ask me to do something. This time it was to fix that borehole pump out at the orphan farm. Now, here is a piece of that cake. What do you think of that?
This is a very fine cake, yes. It is very fine. Tell me, Mr. J.L.B. Matakoni, have you thought about that thing that you found in Mr. Hotso's car? Have you thought about that?
I thought about it. Yes, I thought about it. And every time I thought about it, I felt a bit sadder. There is no hope for that boy. That bone may have nothing to do with him. But it tells us, doesn't it, that there are people who will do these things. There are people who will steal a child and kill it for medicine. That is what they will do.
Yes. It is a terrible thing, isn't it? And they seem to get away with it. That is an even more terrible thing.
Because people are afraid. People are frightened of doing anything, and I suppose that you can't blame them too much. I'm not sure if I would be brave.
You would be brave. Certainly you would be brave.
I don't think so. I am just an ordinary man. I am just a mechanic. Anyway, when the Hotso's man came, I was frightened. I said that somebody had stolen whatever it was he was looking for. Some youths had got into the garage and broken into the cars. They had stolen something from Mr. Kotso's car. That is what I said.
That is very interesting.
You are plotting something, Ramotswe.
Yes, you could say that. Now, this gives me an opportunity to meet Mr. Hotso. Would you mind telephoning him, Mr. JLD Matakoni? Telephone him and say that there is a lady detective who might be able to recover what he is looking for. Tell him that. Then I shall go and visit him.
Ramotswe, that is very unwise. You know what that man is like.
Oh, I know what he is like. But the only reason why frightening people are frightening is because people are ready to be frightened. If you stand up to bullies, then they usually just go away. They are just little boys underneath. That is all.
You see, it is as I thought. You are the brave one, Ramotswe.
Nonsense. I will go and see him. And you don't need to be brave to go and see a man like that. But first, I shall go and have a word with Dr. Hulabani.
You aren't ill, are you, Ramotswe?
No, I'm not ill. Dr. Hulabani is a friend. I want his advice about something.
What is that?
A confidential business matter, that is all. Now, that cake, Mr. JLB Matakoni, please, could I have another piece?
Now then, Ramotswe, what are you doing in hospital? Are you visiting somebody? Or perhaps you are ill?
No, I'm not ill, Dr. Hulabani. I am very well. I'm eating well and, as you will see, I am the same shape I've always been.
Ah, yes. How do you describe yourself again? Traditionally built, isn't it?
Yes, I am a lady of traditional build.
That's a wonderful term, Ramotswe. But in my job, you know, I sometimes have to tell people that it would be good for them to be a little less traditionally built. I have to tell people to try for a modern shape.
They would be happier, though, if they were of traditional build. And surely if you're happier, then you're healthier. Do they not say that these days?
To an extent, I suppose that being happy helps. Miserable people seem to get ill more often.
Well, there you are, Doctor. You agree with me. Being of traditional build is good for your health. You've just said that.
Now, wait a moment. I'm not sure if I would say that.
But I haven't come here to talk about traditional build. I've come here to ask you a question.
I am at your service, Ramotswe. And this question, what would it be, I wonder? Are you going to ask me to marry you? Is that the question? Because if it is, then the answer is yes. Of course I would marry you, Ramotswe. Anyone would agree to marry you. You know that.
I have not come with a proposal of marriage, Dr. Hulabani, and I'm afraid that it just would not work. You are a nice man, but you are too thin for a traditionally built lady.
You could fatten me up. But no, Ramotswe, you are right. We could not get married. We are better as friends.
And that is why I've come to you this morning, Ra. I've come to ask you to identify something. Here. Please take a look at that. Yes, just unwrap it.
Now then.
Yes?
This is a human bone. A bit of finger. The second metacarpal, to be precise.
And what sort of person does it come from, do you think?
That is an odd question, Ma. What sort of person does it come from?
What I meant was, is the bone of a child or an adult?
That's not always easy to tell. If you show me a skull, I could tell you straight away. There are lines in the bone that knit together as you get older. But fingers are more difficult. You can go by size, of course, but then there are small adults and large children. It's not easy.
But can you guess with this one?
Well, it's small, So I think that it's probably a child's bone. Probably, remember. Or it belonged to a small person.
And can you tell when this person died?
How? How do you know that this person, the person whose finger this was, is late?
Because...
Ramotswe, you are the detective, are you not? Don't you know a person might lose a finger and still be alive?
I think this person is dead.
Possible. But, as I have just suggested, not necessarily so. Anyway, may I ask, what are you doing with a human bone?
I am looking for a witch doctor.
Ramotswe.
No, don't be shocked. I don't want to use a witch doctor. I want to find out who has been using a witch doctor. I want to stop this witch doctor.
Be careful. These people are dangerous.
That's what everybody says to me. Be careful, this person is dangerous. Be careful, that person is dangerous. If I believed all that, there would be nobody in Botswana who isn't dangerous.
Well, we'll see. Now tell me, Ramotswe, could you give me some advice?
Of course. I'm always happy to help you, Ra.
Can you keep a confidence?
I am a private detective now, Ra. That is all about confidences.
Very well. Now here...
He did, I'm afraid. It is just as we thought.
I do not like to think about it. This is a shameful thing, Ramotswe.
It is. And he told me something else. He told me a very strange story.
About the bone?
No, something quite different. This was a story about a doctor. He told me that he is very worried about one of the doctors they have at the hospital, a Nigerian. He says that this doctor is very erratic. Sometimes he's very good at what he does, and other times he's very bad. He says that there was one occasion when he asked him something which was very simple, but he couldn't answer it. He just didn't know.
So he thinks that he might be...
using drugs. He wonders whether there is something like that happening. And if it is, then he's very worried that there will be a scandal. If people find out that there is a doctor at the hospital using drugs and being unable to treat people properly, then there will be a very big row. Dr. Ulubani is very worried.
I would not like to be treated by a doctor who was drunk, who had been taking something. Can you imagine it, Ma? Oh dear, I've cut the wrong bit. Sorry, Ma.
It would not be good. And he wants us to find out about what this man is doing in his spare time.
Well, that's more business for the agency.
Except that this is unpaid business. Dr. Ulubani wants us to do this as a favor.
I see.
And we'll have to do it. I owe him many favors. He was very good to my father when he was so ill. He put him in a small room by himself. He told the nurses to take special care of him. I cannot forget that.
You are right. So, we shall have to follow this doctor, will we?
I think so. But let's do first things first, Ma. I'm going to go and see Mr. Hotso, or Mr. Charlie Hotso B.A., as he calls himself.
Why does he call himself B.A.?
Because he is one. It stands for Bachelor of Arts. And don't you sign yourself Grace Makutsi Deep Typing?
That is different, Ma. That is very different. I got 97%, you see, at the Botswana Secretarial College.
97%, Ma?
Yes.
It makes my head hurt just to think of that. 97%.
Yes? What is it, Ma?
Dumela, Ra. Perhaps you forgot to greet me. Dumela, Ra.
I've not got time to sit around and pass the time of day with you. Who are you? What do you want?
This is the office of Mr. Charlie Hotso. Mr. Charlie Hotso B.A.
Could be. It could be.
I would like to speak to Mr. Hotso, if you don't mind.
Well, I might mind. I'm his assistant, you see. I decide who sees Mr. Hotso. Mr. Hotso is a very busy man. He does not have time to sit around and talk to women.
Oh, really? And why would he not talk to women? Do you think women are not worth talking to, Ra?
Depends on why you talk to them. Some women are worth talking to, if you know what I mean.
I have an idea. And I am a person who does not have time to sit around and talk to ignorant and ill-mannered young men.
You watch it, Ma.
No, you watch it, young man. I'm not sure if Charlie would like to hear that you have been talking rudely to a private detective he has engaged.
Detective?
Is he in?
Yes, Ma. I'm very sorry. Yes, he is in. I will go and call him and tell him that the detective is here. I'm very sorry, Ma.
Don't bother to call him. I'll go in myself. That door there?
Yes, Ma. That door. I'm very sorry, Ma.
Mr. Hotso?
Now, who are you?
I'm Precious Ramotswe. I wondered if I could speak to you, Ra.
Plenty of people want to speak to me. Most of the time, they don't have anything interesting to say.
Perhaps you might listen a bit more closely,
Do
Ra.
not tell me what to do, Ma. I'm not a little boy.
You heard from Mr. J.L.B. Matekoni, the mechanic. He telephoned you?
Now I see. You are the detective lady. I saw that place of yours, by the way. I saw the sign that said that it was a private detective agency for ladies, or something of that sort.
Not just for ladies, Ra. We are lady detectives, but we work for men too. Mr. Patel, for example, he consults us.
You think that you can tell men things?
Sometimes. Sometimes men are too proud to listen. We can't tell that sort of man anything.
So, anyway, you know that I lost some property from my car. Matakoni says that you might be able to find out who took it and get it back for me.
I have already done that. I have found out who broke into your car. They were just boys. A couple of boys.
Their names? Give them to me.
I cannot do that.
No, I want to smack them, that's all. Now you tell me who they are.
I gave my word that I would not give their names to anybody if they gave me back what they had stolen. It was a bargain.
You made a promise on my behalf?
Yes, I did. It was the only way I could get the property back. I assume you want it back.
All right. I suppose it was the only thing you could do. Now, where is this item of property?
Here it is, Ra. In this bag. You take it. This is what they gave me.
It is not mine, of course. You'll understand that. This is something that one of my men asked me to look after for him. I have no idea what it is.
Muti, Ra. Medicine from a witch doctor. That is what it is.
Yes? Oh, some little charm for the superstitious?
No, I don't think so. I think that this is probably powerful stuff. The body part of a child. I think that this was probably rather expensive.
Powerful?
Yes, very powerful. You know, Ra, I would like to get hold of something like that myself. You wouldn't happen to know where I might obtain it?
Maybe I could help you, Ma. But why should I? You tell me that. Why should I help you?
Because I might be able to help you in return.
You help me? In what way could you help me? Do you think I'm a lonely man?
I did not mean that. I meant that I might be able to give you bits of information from time to time. Remember that I am a detective. I hear things. I see things all the time.
You could tell me things? What sort of things?
I hear some very interesting things in my business. For example, that man who is trying to build a shop next to yours in the mall. Do you know what he did before he came to Gaborone? Do you know The thing that he does not want anybody in Habaroni to hear.
I think you are a very clever lady, Ma. Yes, you are very clever. I like clever ladies. All right. I will give you some information in exchange for information from you. Here now. I will draw you a little map. There is a man who lives in the bush near Molepolole. It is difficult to find this place, but I will show you how to get there. I warn you, by the way, that he is not cheap. But if you go and see him and tell him that Mr. Charlie Hotso sent you, then he might be able to give you something. And if you tell him that you are my friend, then he will take 20% of the price. 20%. Not bad.
I did not like talking to that man. Afterwards, I felt dirty, as if I had been caught in a dust storm and all the dirt had stuck to me. He was an evil man, and I could tell that just by looking at him, even before we began to talk. But I had to do it, because I could not forget that letter from the teacher whose son was missing. I could not walk away from that, now that I thought we might be getting close to the truth. It was a difficult case, yes, but there were simpler cases too. The case of Mr. Patel seems so much easier. And going to see Mr. Patel was quite unlike going to see Mr. Hotso.
Well, you have come to see me again, Ma. You've got bad news for me. You're going to tell me something bad. I can see that. Please, sit down, Ma. What is it? What is it?
Nora, the news is good.
I have been very worried. You will not understand a father's worries. It is different from others. A father worries in a special way. All the time. Worry.
Well, you can stop worrying, Ra. There is no boyfriend. Your daughter is not seeing a boy.
And this note that I found? This note to a boy called Jack. Now, what about that? Why is there such a note if there is no boy? Is that all imagination?
Yes, it is. That is exactly what it is, Ra.
She has made up a boy? Why would she make up a boy?
She's been inventing a social life for herself. She made up a boyfriend for herself just to bring a bit of freedom into her life. The best thing that you can do as a father is to ignore it. Don't keep asking her to tell you what she's been doing with her time. There's no boyfriend, and there may not even be one for some time.
Why should I do this? Why should I give in to these modern ideas, Ma?
Because if you don't, then the imaginary boyfriend may turn into a real one. That's why.
Are you sure about this, Ma?
Mr. Patel, I am sure. You must listen sometimes to other people. That is what I am telling you.
I think I misjudged you, Ma. I thought you were just a woman, but you are not. Do you understand what I mean? I think that you are a very clever lady. I will do as you say, and then in a few years, maybe 1 or 2, she will let me allow me to help her to find a suitable husband.
That could easily happen, Ra.
Yes. And if it does, Ma Ramotswe, then I shall have you to thank for it.
That was easy, that case. I had helped that poor girl to get some freedom, and I had set to rest the fears of a father. But I now faced something much more difficult, and I was frightened. I had talked of bravery in the face of these evil things, but it is easy to talk bravely when you are standing about with Mr. J.L.B. Matakoni. It is not so easy to be brave when you are by yourself and you are driving out into the bush for an appointment with a witch doctor. And that is what I thought as I took my tiny white van over the last mile of its journey into that place on the edge of the Kalahari, a place of dryness and evil, where I would find the man of whom Mr. Hotso spoke. And when I saw the house, tucked away beside some rocks, I knew that this was the place, and I was frightened as I went up to the house and called out the greeting. For even in such a place as this, I had to call out the greeting. Dumela, ma. Dumela. May I come into the yard, ma?
Who are you, ma?
I am Ma Ramotswe.
Yes, ma. What are you doing out here?
I have come to see your husband, ma. I have come to ask him for something.
You have come for something. You want to buy something from him?
I have heard that he's a very good doctor. I have trouble with another woman. She's taking my husband from me. You know how men are.
And women too. Yes, my husband can probably help you. Maybe he has something. But he's away. He's in No.1 until Saturday. There is some trouble down there that he is helping to sort out. You'll have to come back sometime after that.
This has been a long trip, my sister. I am thirsty. Do you have some water for me?
Yes, it is hot. You may come in here. There is water. Don't worry. This water does not have anything in it. Go on, drink it. Do not be afraid. You are afraid, aren't you? I can see it. Many frightened people come here, you know. Like you, they come for something.
Thank you for this water, ma. Yes, I have come for something, as you know. But I have also come to warn you of something.
To warn me? What do you mean by that? What have you got to warn me about? You're the one who is frightened.
I am a typist. I work for the police, and I have typed out something about your husband. Oh yes, about him. They know that he has killed that boy, the one from that village out that way. Oh yes. Don't look like that, ma. They know that he killed him to take a part of his body for medicine. They are going to arrest your husband soon, and then they will hang him. Sorry about that, ma. And they will probably hang you too for being involved in it.
No.
Oh, yes. That's what they do. Now, I think that they should not hang women. It is not a nice thing to do. So I have come to warn you. You could stop them from hanging you if you came with me and told the police all about it. Then they would not hang you. Did you understand what I said? Do you know what I am talking about?
I did not kill that boy.
I know that. It was your husband. It is never the woman who does it. But that doesn't make any difference to the police. The government still wants to hang you. Your husband first, then you. They are ashamed. They do not like witchcraft. They think it is not modern.
But that boy isn't dead, ma. He's at the cattle post where my husband took him. Way out there, that way. That is where he is. Way out there. I can show you, ma. You will see that I am speaking the truth. We can go to find him now, in your van. I promise you, ma, this is true. They cannot hang us. That boy is not dead.
How much longer is this going to take, Mr. JLB Matokoni? I feel a bit guilty, you see, sitting here on my veranda, watching you fix my van. I feel a bit guilty.
I'm almost finished, ma, which is just as well in this light. It will be dark in 15 minutes, but your van will be as good as new. Well, not quite. You must get used to the fact that this van cannot last forever, Ma Ramotswe.
There now. You sit on that chair, Mr. JLB Matokoni. I shall sit here. And the van which you have so cleverly fixed, it is happy sitting out there in my yard. Look at it. Thank you, Mr. JLB Matakoni. Thank you.
I do not know how long I can go on fixing that engine. It is very worn, Maramotswe.
Let's not talk about engines. Let me tell you something very happy instead.
I like to hear happy things. When I think of all the troubles I have at the garage, those apprentices...
Hush! No more about them or engines. This is what I want to tell you about. The reason why my van is in such a bad state is that I have just come back from out there, over by Molepololi. The road was very bad, and there was dust.
Engines do not like too much dust.
Of course they don't. But out there in that dusty place, I found a boy. Yes, I found that boy you thought would be late by now.
You have?
Yes, Mr. JLB Matakoni. I found him out at a horrible cattle post out on the edge of the Kalahari. He was being kept there by the man who stole him. And I took him back to his father, that teacher who wrote me the letter. I took the boy back and the teacher ran out. And when he saw his son, he cried out like a child and ran to pick him up, and he cried and cried with joy. That is what happened today, Mr. JLB Matakoni.
You found him. That is very good, Maramotswe. But that bone...
That could have been from anyone. There are always bones.
You are a very fine detective, Maramotswe. And that is a very fine agency you have set up, the No.1 Ladies Detective Agency. If I ever have a problem, I shall come to you. You know that.
And I shall help you. But I cannot imagine somebody like you having a problem, apart from your apprentices, maybe.
But I do have a problem, Maramotswe. I do have a problem.
Well, don't tell me about it now. Some other time. There will always be time to think about problems some other time.
My problem is that there is a lady whom I would like to marry. I would like very much to marry her. But it is hard for a mechanic to find the words for these things. Mechanics are good at fixing engines. It is hard for them to talk about these things.
Why should it be hard? And who is this lady, Mr. JLB Matakoni?
It is you, Maramotswe. Will you marry me, Maramotswe? I am only Mr. JLB Matakoni, that is all. But will you marry me?
Of course I will, Mr. JLB Matakoni. Of course I will. I had so much to think about now. I had to think about being married. I had to think about running the business, and I had to think about some of my cases that I still had to solve. One of these was this business of the troublesome doctor. Why was somebody good one moment and bad the next? How could I find out what lay behind that? There are so many problems, so many mysteries, but I cannot turn my back on them, even if they sometimes seem a bit difficult or even a bit frightening. For that is what I am called to do in this life. I am called to help people
fix cars. Kind people say of me that I am the best mechanic in Botswana, but I do not think that they are right. They are being very polite. I am just a careful mechanic who tries his best with the cars that are sent to him. That is all. But I am the luckiest man in all Botswana. That is true, very true. I am the luckiest man in this country, which itself is a lucky country. And the reason why I am so lucky is that I am engaged to Ma Ramotswe, founder and owner of the only detective agency in Botswana, the No.1 Ladies Detective Agency for the problems of ladies and others. What a wonderful lady Ma Ramotswe is. The best lady in all Botswana. And to think that when I asked her to marry me, she said yes. Just to think of that makes my head go round and round. That was the most important day of my life by far, even more important than the day that I took possession for the first time of my new garage as owner. Oh, that was a proud day. But this day was even better. And then, the next day, when I telephoned Ramotswe to check that it had not all been a dream, there she was at the end of the line telling me that she would like to come and take a look at my house so that we could decide whether to live there or in her house on Zebra Drive. So it had not been a dream at all.
So this is your place, Mr. J.L.B. Metakuni. I have driven past this house many times, of course, and I knew that it was your place. I was curious to know what it was like inside, but I never thought that I could ask you. You see, some men who are not married are embarrassed about their houses.
Oh, Ramotswe, I think I might be one of those men. I do not look after this place very well.
So I see. If I may say so, Mr. J.L.B. Metakuni, this yard is not very well swept. Do you not have a maid who keeps the place for you?
There is a maid, Ma. Yes, there is a woman who comes to the house and cooks my meals and all the rest. She will be coming soon. You may meet her.
That will be interesting. Does this woman not know that it is her responsibility to keep the yard swept? Has she not been taught these things, Mr. J.L.B. Metakuni?
Perhaps she is too busy. I have not asked her about that. You see, I do not notice these things very much.
That is because you are a man. It is well known that men do not see the same things that women see. Men see only a bit of the world. They miss out some very important things. It is just as if there is something wrong with their eyes. But let's not talk about that. Let's go inside. I am bursting with curiosity about this fine-looking house. So this is your living room?
Yes. This is a nice room, don't you think, Ramotswe? I paid a lot of money for that sofa over there.
The one with newspapers on it and the grease stains. That one?
It is very comfortable, Ma.
Perhaps if that maid of yours cleaned it up a bit, it might be even more comfortable. Now, that is a very fine picture there, Mr. J.L.B. Metakuni. That is very fine.
Well, that is a picture which my aunt gave me. It has many animals in it, as you see, and some hills. Hey, that is a very fine picture.
Yes. And the kitchen, Mr. J.L.B. Metakuni. Shall we take a look at the kitchen?
Ramotswe.
It is this way, I think, along here.
Ramotswe.
So, this is the kitchen. I see.
There is a lot of room, isn't there, Ramotswe? Look, this is where the pans are hung. And that fridge is very good. It is old, but very cold, even on the hottest day. It is cold inside that fridge.
I see. And this pan, Mr. J.L.B. Metakuni, this one sitting here, what has been cooked in this pan? What is this line of something around the top? Maybe this pan is too big to be cleaned properly.
I do not cook much, Ramotswe. My meals are made for me by the maid. She does the cooking.
And does she do the washing up too? Or is she too busy for that?
She is always in the kitchen. She is always doing something.
Mr. J.L.B. Metakuni.
I think that is her. I think she has arrived. She usually comes about this time of the day to make my lunch for me. You will meet her now. But one thing, Ma. One thing I should tell you about...
Mr. J.L.B. Metakuni.
Dumela, Ma. Dumela. You have arrived?
Yes, Ra. I have arrived. I always arrive, don't I? I am always very careful about that. I always arrive. And this lady?
Dumela, ma. I am Ma Ramotswe. And what is your name, ma?
I am the maid here. I am the lady who looks after Mr. J.L.B. Matakoni. This is my kitchen. I did not expect to find a stranger in it. This is a big surprise for me, Mr. J.L.B. Matakoni. You have given me a big surprise bringing back this lady.
This lady, ma, is a very important lady. I am going
Oh,
to...
that is very interesting. Very important. Well, I hope that she is not so important that I cannot get on with my housework. I have to keep this place clean, you know.
And that is very hard work, ma, isn't it? Keeping a house clean is not easy, especially when one has to sweep the yard so that it doesn't get like that yard outside. Especially when one has to wash the pots so that they do not get as dirty as that one over there. Oh, there is a lot of work to be done in a house.
You are saying that this house is not clean, Ma? Is that what you said?
I did not say that. I just observed how difficult it is to keep a house clean, especially when the house belongs to a man who cannot look after himself. Men cannot do that, as you know, ma. We have to help them. And sometimes they do not get enough help.
Who is this woman? Ra? Who is this woman standing there telling me my business? Which bar did you pick her up in, huh? You tell me that, Ra. Which bar does she come from?
Please, please. Please do not talk like that. This lady is the lady I am going to marry, ma. That's who she is.
Mary? Mary? Oh, Ra! What have you done? What stupid thing have you done? You cannot marry this fake lady. She is going to ruin your life. She will break your bed, Ra. She will break the bed. Oh, what are you doing, Ra?
Shh, please. Do not shout like that. You must not shout. This lady...
Oh, this is a sad day for you, Ra. This is the end, and it is the end for me too. What will I do? You tell me that. What will I do when this big lady comes along and takes over? Where will I go?
If you do not want to stay, then I shall get you a job. My cousin runs a hotel. He can get you a job as a maid there.
Oh! Oh! This is the end for me. I cannot work in a hotel, Ra. I am not just an ordinary maid who can do all those things. I am a high-class maid for a private house. Oh, I am finished now.
You are looking flustered, Ma Ramotswe. Is everything all right?
A lot has happened, Mama Kutsi. I need a cup of bush tea first, then I can tell you.
I have already prepared the tea. Here it is.
You are very efficient, Secretary. I'm not surprised that you got... What was it that you got at the Botswana Secretarial College?
97%, Ma. In the final examinations, 97%.
That is not surprising. There. Now, let me tell you what has happened. First, yesterday I became engaged to be married to Mr. J.L.B. Matakoni.
I am very happy, Ma. That is very good news. He is a good man. You are very lucky.
Thank you, Ma. And then this morning I went to see his house. You know the one, that house over by the old Botswana Defence Force Club?
I know that house.
Well, I thought that I should take a look at it just in case we end up living there, rather than in my house on Zebra Drive.
Your house is much better, with its trees and its nice yard. His place is a mess.
It is a very big mess. It is a great pity. There is a room inside with an engine on the floor. And the kitchen. Well, the kitchen is not very clean. And it is in that dirty kitchen that I met the maid who is meant to be looking after the place. She's called Florence Pico. She's a tall lady with a scowl, like this. That is how she looks, just like somebody who needs to see the dentist. I don't think that she liked me.
Well, she will not be going to Zebra Drive then.
Certainly not. But I don't think that she is going to give up that easily. Mr. J.L.B. Matekoni very kindly offered to get her a new job, and she just ignored his offer. I think that she will try to stay.
That is all very exciting. And we have had some excitement here this morning. A new client has telephoned. I have arranged for her to come here soon, in half an hour. She is an American.
An American? What does she want? Did she say?
She did not tell me. But you know, Ma, although we were only talking on the telephone, I noticed something about her. Or at least I thought that I noticed something.
Which was?
That she is sad. She spoke with a sad voice. I could tell. There is something that makes her sad.
Co? This is the place, isn't it? The No.1 Ladies Detective Agency.
Yes, this is the place, Ma. This is the No.1 Ladies Detective Agency. I am Ramotswe, the detective, and this is Mama Kutsi, who is the secretary and receptionist. This is the right place.
Oh, yes, Mama Kutsi. I spoke to you on the phone.
You did, Ma. And now I am very happy to see you in person.
Please sit down, Ma. Then you can tell us why you have come to see us.
Thank you, Ma. My name is Andrea Curtin. I'm an American, as you can probably tell. And you could say that I'm looking for somebody. But then that would suggest that there is somebody to look for, and I'm not sure if there is. So I suppose you could say that I'm trying to find out what happened to somebody quite a long time ago. I don't expect that person is alive. In fact, I am certain he's not. But I want to find out what happened.
Sometimes it is important to know. And I'm sorry, Ma, if you have lost somebody.
Thank you. Yes, 10 years ago, I lost my son.
I'm very sorry then. I'm very sorry. I know what it is like to lose a child.
Do you, Ma?
Yes, I do. I lost my baby. My baby did not live.
Then you know. I think I should tell you something about myself. Then you can decide whether you can help me. Will that be all right?
It will. Mama Kutsi will make you tea. Then we can talk.
I came to Africa 12 years ago. Thank you. I was 43. And Africa meant nothing to me. I suppose that I had the usual ideas, a hodgepodge of images of big game and savanna and Kilimanjaro rising out of the cloud. I also thought of famines and civil wars and pot-bellied, half-naked children staring at the camera, sunk in hopelessness. You know how people think of Africa when they know nothing about it.
I know. It is very sad. They do not see the other side. They just do not see.
That's right. Well, I learned very fast about that. My husband was busy. He was working on a project for the World Bank. But I did not have much to do apart from get to know the country, which I did, and which I loved. And of course, there was our son, Michael. He was 18 and was about to go off to college to Dartmouth. They agreed to let him have a year out before he began, so he came with us. He liked it.
He liked Botswana.
Michael was like a child who had just discovered the key to the candy cupboard. He would get up early in the morning and take my husband's truck out on the Molopololi Road, and we would watch the sun come up behind us and feel its warmth. You know how it is there, Ma. On the edge of the Kalahari, it's the time of day when the sky is white and empty. And there's that sharp smell in the air, and you just want to fill your lungs to bursting.
He was happy.
He was very happy. And so was I, you know.
Then something happened.
Yes, I'm afraid to say that it did. My son, Michael, decided that he did not want to go back to college at all. He had met some people here in Gaborone who had set up some sort of a communal dry land farm right on the fringe of the Kalahari. They were an odd group of people. There were a few locals, Botswana, a German from Namibia, a man called Burkhardt, a strange, lanky man, and a South African woman, an Afrikaner. They had set up this place where they were going to grow vegetables using special irrigation techniques, and there was a social ideology attached to it. Sharing, communal property, that sort of thing.
There have been many places like that.
They were a good idea, maybe. They didn't really last.
That's right. And we didn't think that this would last. We thought that after a while Michael would lose interest, or the vegetables would fail, and he would come back and start college. We had to go back to Washington. He wrote to us every week. The letters were very entertaining, in fact. But then...
there were no more letters.
No more letters. We soon heard from the embassy here in Gaborone that he had been reported missing. He had gone out for a walk one evening and just not returned. Nobody knew a thing.
Oh, Ma, I'm sorry. That can happen. There are sometimes wild animals out there. Oh, Ma, I am sorry.
I came out immediately. I went out there. I spoke to the police. I even hired one of those trackers. You know, the sand trackers who can find anything. This man looked and looked, but he could find no sign. There had been a light rainfall since he had disappeared. It was enough to remove any trace.
It is so empty. The bush is so big and empty.
It is big. It is empty. There was nothing. And so here I am 10 years later. I'm very foolish, aren't I?
You are not foolish. You are a mother.
This is kind of you to come with me, Ramotswe. I am sure that you have other things to do than go to the orphan farm. That client this morning, that American woman, do you have work to do for her?
I do. I have agreed to help her, but I have not yet decided what to do. So I thought I might come out and see Ma Potokwane. It is a long time since I have had tea with her.
Yes. You can sit in her office and discuss the orphans while I fix that water pump of theirs, or try to fix it.
She takes advantage of you, Mr. J.L.B. Matokoni. She's too pushy, that woman.
I cannot say no to Ma Potokwane, Ramotswe. You know that. I want to say no to her, but then she looks at me and says something about how the orphans rely on me, and then I find that I have agreed to fix the pump, or do the brakes on the van, or whatever it is that needs doing. Look, there she is, on the veranda of her office, over there.
She has seen us. She's waving.
Yeah, and she is making a list in her head of tasks for me to do. You'll see.
Well, now she will find out that you are engaged to be married. That will make her think. When a man has a wife, then it is not so easy for other women to get him to do things for them. That is well known, Mr. J.L.B. Matokoni, and she will know that just as much as anybody else.
I'll close that window. The children are making such a noise outside. There. That is better. Now I can hear what you are saying. Now, Ma Ramotswe and Mr. J.L.B. Matokoni. I have heard this news already. Everybody is talking about it. Even out here, they are talking about your engagement. It is very big news. And very good news, too.
Thank you, Ma. We are very happy.
That's right. You must be very happy. Now, Mr. J.L.B. Matokoni, Ma Ramotswe and I will have much to talk about. You might like to go and take a look at that water pump. It's the usual problem, I'm afraid. It is a good pump in its heart, you know. but sometimes it goes all wrong. You know that anyway. Would you like another piece of cake, Ma Ramotswe?
This fruit cake is very good, Ma. Oh, it is good. But I think that perhaps I have had enough, and yet it is very tempting.
It is very tempting. I have been thinking the same thing. I have been thinking that perhaps I should not have another piece. And then I look at it and...
And you feel weak. You feel it would be weak to give in to temptation.
That is how I feel. Weak.
Perhaps if we just had another small piece. Not a whole piece, just a small piece.
That is a good idea, Ma. Here. Now. That is very good. How are you enjoying being a detective, Ma? Is the business going well?
I am very happy as a detective. I never knew, that I could be a detective. Then I started the business and discovered that I was a detective underneath.
That is because you are clever, Ma Ramotswe. You have a good nose. You can sniff things out.
I'm sure you could do that too, Ma. You are a clever lady.
I am not. I am just the matron of an orphan farm. That is all.
Well, let us see. I will tell you something about a case I am working on, or meant to be working on. And then you can tell me if you have any ideas about it.
Ooh.
And maybe a little bit of cake before I start. Just a little. Thank you. Now then, have you met Dr. Ulabani at the hospital?
I have met him. Sometimes I have to take one of the children there. He is a kind doctor, that one.
He is a good man. Well, he has asked me to check up on a doctor who is behaving very strangely. Dr. Ulabani is worried that this doctor may be involved in drugs or something like that. He wants me to find out about him. I am not sure what to do. What would you do in such a case? I can't really stand outside his kitchen window and look inside.
You cannot do that. Although there are many people who like to look in the windows of other people. You say he's behaving erratically. In what way is this?
Sometimes he's good at his job and knows a lot. Other times he seems to know nothing.
That is very odd. It sounds as if he's two different people. One who knows something about medicine and another who knows nothing. Two different people. Dr. Good and Dr. Bad. There are some people who have got two quite different people inside them. Or at least it seems like that. We had a child here once who was a bit like that. Sometimes he would...
Two different people, did you say, Ma? That's very interesting. Two different people.
Yes, in a manner of speaking. Now, this boy we had who was like that, he came from up north and they sent him to us
Potokwane. You are a detective too. You are a very good detective.
Why do you say that, Ma? I have not said anything.
Oh, but you have, Ma Potokwane. You have just said something very important.
Florence, can I come in? Is Matekoni at work?
Yes, you can come in. No need to whisper. He's at the garage. The house is ours.
He is a very kind boss. Isn't he, this Matekoni man? He lets you treat the house as your own. All that good food in the kitchen, that comfortable sofa in the sitting room. The best job in town for a maid, if you ask me.
Yes, it is very good, isn't it? And I have all the time in the world to entertain my handsome lover, my strong, handsome Philemon, all by ourselves in this nice big house, and all the time we need to make ourselves happy and eat a good meal. Oh yes, it's all fine, except for one thing. It's coming to an end soon.
You're joking. He hasn't found out, has he?
No, he has not found out. That man couldn't find anything out if you gave him a searchlight and a magnifying glass. No, he has not found out. But it's still going to come to an end. I'm finished. We're finished. Or rather, our little meetings here are finished.
But what has happened?
A woman has happened. That's what. He's gone and found himself a woman who's agreed to marry him. A fat lady called Ramotswe. She came here with him the other day and picked a fight with me. Huh? She had the nerve to say that I hadn't been looking after the place well enough. Huh? And you know how hard I work. Especially to make you happy.
This is very bad news. What can we do? My place is no good, you know that. And you live with that old aunt of yours. So where do we go to see one another? Oh, this is very bad.
You are right. This is very, very bad. Unless...
You have an idea? You are a clever woman. You can think of something, can't you?
Well, think of this. Everything was fine until she came along. So, if we want things to go well again, then we simply have to get her to go away. We need to get rid of this Ramotswe woman and stop all this nonsense about her marrying Mr. J.L.B. Matekoni. That's the answer, isn't it?
You aren't thinking of... You're not thinking of getting rid of her forever. Of murder.
No, not murder. I am a good woman, you know. I would never murder anybody. And anyway, I do not want to end up on the wrong end of a rope. I am too clever for that. No, just think about it. If you wanted somebody put away for a few years, say 5 years or so, how would you do that?
I have no idea. I cannot think of anything.
You're a handsome, strong man, Philemon. But I'm not sure about your brain. Maybe that is not so big. No. The best way to get somebody to go away is to get the police to take them. How about that?
I still do not understand.
Then let me tell you. What if the police found something in the house of this Ramotswe woman? Something illegal. Really illegal. They would arrest her and she would be sent to prison. And if that happened, Mr. J.L.B. Matekoni would be unable to marry her for 5 years or however long she went to prison for. That would be the end of our problem. Just like that.
And this illegal thing, what would that be?
A gun. They don't like guns in this country. If they find you with a gun, then that's it. 5 years, 6 years. A good long time.
And how do we know that this Ma Ramotswe has a gun in her house?
We don't. And she probably doesn't. We put it there, you see. We, or rather you, because you are very good at getting in windows, can put a gun in her house. Then I telephone the police and say that I cannot give my name, but that because I am a good citizen of Botswana, I have to tell them that there is this woman who has a gun in her house and they should go and take a look. That is all I have to do. Then the police do the rest.
And the gun? You cannot go downtown and buy a gun. And if you go to somebody for one, they cost a lot of money. You haven't got that money.
I know a man who might just get hold of a gun for me. He is somebody who owes me something. I can make him get me a gun. Then you get in through her window and hide it in a cupboard. That's all you have to do.
I don't know. This is very dangerous.
Do you want to go on seeing me? Or do you want this to be the end?
I want to go on seeing you. Come here, you bad, bad girl. Yes, you are very bad, but very, very clever.
Now, Mama Kutsi, have you finished whatever you're doing?
I have been filing, Ma. Filing is very important. At the Botswana Secretarial College, they taught us that...
Yes, Ma. Filing is very important. But we must get on with our detective work. While you have been in the office, I have been out making inquiries. I have come up with something very interesting. You know this business of the doctor, the one Dr. Hulabani is worried about.
You told me about that. The doctor who doesn't know what he's doing.
Yes. Well, I have found out something very interesting about him. I went to speak to his neighbor. I pretended to be looking for somebody else who lived in that part. And I found a very talkative neighbor. She was very happy to talk to me over the garden gate. That is always the best way to find things out, over the gate. There is something about gates that makes people want to talk.
And she said, this gate lady, what did she tell you?
She says that this Dr. Komoti, as he's called, she says that he has a brother, a twin brother, who lives with him. She says that they both came from Nigeria at the same time, and she has never learned to distinguish between them, so she calls them both Dr. Komoti.
There are many twins, but I don't see what this has got to do with the fact that this doctor is no good at his job.
The neighbor told me something else Mama could see. She said that Dr. Komoti had a clinic, a small private clinic where he saw patients. She said that he had quite a reputation for dealing with certain medical problems. She said that he was expensive, but that she had heard he was very good.
I still don't see, Ma.
Of course. Doctors in the government hospitals aren't allowed to do private practice. He must be doing it without permission.
Yes, maybe. But what has that got to do with the fact that he makes mistakes in the hospital?
Because it's not him, Ma. The one who makes mistakes in the hospital is not him at all. It's his brother. Don't you see? If you want to have two jobs, then all you need to do is to get somebody to stand in for you when you need to be at the other job. And if you are really unscrupulous, then it wouldn't matter to you if the person who stood in for you was not qualified to do the job. Two brothers, but only one medical degree.
That is very bad, Ma. He could have killed somebody.
Yes, it's extraordinary, but it does happen. These bogus doctors often get away with it. They pick up a bit of medical knowledge, and sometimes they get away with it for years. They even carry out operations.
I do not like to think of that.
Nor do I. But at least I think that we've solved Dr. Hulabani's problem for him. Not that he will be happy to get this news.
Ramotswe, you are a very clever lady. I would never have worked all that out.
Even with your 97%?
Even with that.
But we still have other things to work out, Ma. Our work is not done yet. There is that American woman, Mrs. Curtin. We have to think of her case.
I do not see what we can do for her. It is 10 years ago.
Let's not give up. Let's find that place, the place where he disappeared. There may still be buildings there. There may be people.
You know where we are going, Ramotswe?
I have a general idea. The American woman gave me the name of the village that it was close to. We are almost at that village. We can find somebody who will tell us.
But there are no people. This is a very lonely place. We will find nobody.
There is a woman. Can you not see her?
Where?
She's standing there, look. There is an old woman under that tree. We can ask her. You are kind to come with us, Ma. It is not easy to find somewhere like this when you do not know the place.
I know this place, Ma. I know it. My husband worked here for a while. He helped with their vegetables. I lived with him for part of that time. And I do not mind helping you. And what else do I have to do but to stand under a tree? There is nothing for an old woman like me to do in this place.
So this is the place. This is where they lived, the foreigners and their Botswana friends.
Yes, this is the place. The German lived over there. There was a hut which is gone now. It was mud and thatch. He lived in that place. Now the ants have eaten it all. We lived over there, in that place, which has no roof anymore. That was our house. It is sad for me to look at it now, Ma.
This is a strange place. It is an unhappy place, I think. That building over there, it has still got its roof. What was that?
That was the office. They kept the equipment there too.
I should like to go inside that building.
There will be nothing there. It is empty. Everybody has gone away.
I know that. But now that we have come out here, I would like to see what it is like inside. You don't need to come if you don't want to. You could stay out here with Mama Kutsi.
I will stay with you, Ma, if you wish.
No, I cannot let you go in there alone. I will come with you.
You see? There is nothing. The ants have eaten everything. The ants will eat this whole country one day, and there will be nothing left.
There is just dust. And look, the skeleton of an animal. What was that creature?
I don't know. It is just bones now.
There is nothing to see here. I'd like to leave this place now.
There is a piece of newspaper stuck on that wall. Look. It is still there where somebody pinned it. It is so dry here that paper can last forever.
It is a picture. Can you look at this, Ma? Do you know what this is?
I cannot see very well these days. But if I hold it far away from me, I can see it. Yes, this is a picture of those people. It is a picture of the people who worked here. The foreigners. And one Botswana. That man there, I remember him. He came from Gaborone. I did not like him.
It gives their names underneath. It says that he was called Ranta. That is a very strange name. Was he really called that?
Yes, Ranta. I remember that now. He was a very clever man, very clever. But I did not like him, Ma. He and the German were always talking. They thought that they knew everything and that nobody else knew anything. And that one there in the middle, he was the one who disappeared. He went away, and they never found him.
What do you think happened to him, Ma? Where do you think that young man went?
How can I say? People go away. Sometimes they wander off into the bush and they are bitten by something and die. There are mambas around here, remember. If you are bitten by a mamba, you die. Maybe that is what happened to that man. I'm sorry.
But they would have found his body. They searched and searched. He was an American, remember? And the Americans made a big fuss.
You can search and search in the Kalahari, and all the time you are walking in circles. He may have been lifted up by the wind, you know. It may have carried him far away and put him down over there. Over that way, where there are lions. That may have happened, Ma.
Where does the wind come from, Ma?
It comes from over there, Ma. It comes from over there.
We took that old lady back to her place and left her there. I gave her some money to reward her for giving us her time, and she took it and thanked me. Then Mama Kutsi and I drove back to Gaborone, back to the No.1 Ladies Detective Agency. Normally, we would have talked in the car on the way back. Mama Kutsi likes to talk about all sorts of things, about Bobonong, where she comes from, about the Botswana Secretarial College, where she got 97%. She loves to talk about that. Or about things that she has read about in the newspaper. But that day, on the journey back, we did not talk. I could not talk because my heart was heavy with sorrow for that young man who had gone. I knew he was dead, you see, and I knew, as I stood in that dry place where nobody lived, that he was not far away. I felt that very strongly, and when I looked into Mama Kutsi's eyes, I felt that she knew that too. We had very little to go on. I could hardly go to the mother and say that I thought that her son was somewhere out there. That was not what she had come to find out. So I would have to make some more inquiries, and at least I had in my pocket a piece of paper which gave us something to think about. I would probably not be able to find the German who was in that photograph, but I could find this man called Ranta. He was a Botswana, and local people do not go away as foreigners do. He would be here, maybe in Gaborone itself, and I could speak to him. There was something about that man, about the look on his face, which made me think, this man knows what happened. How did I know that? Well, there is something called intuition. And if you are going to be a successful private detective, you have to have intuition. My intuition said to me that that man knew, and so I would follow my intuition. The only detective agency in Gaborone for the problems of ladies and others. I was proud of that. I had my house on Zebra Drive, I had my tiny white van, and now I had a fiancé, Mr. J.L.B. Matakoni, the finest mechanic in all Botswana, and a gentleman too. It seemed that I had everything that a person could possibly want. But then I discovered that I had rather more than I had bargained for. It seemed that I had acquired some children, 2 children to be precise, 2 children of whom I was unaware. How can you be unaware of having children, you might say? Well, this all had to do with Mr. J.L.B. Matakoni, who was a very kind man, and who was always being asked to do things by Ma Potokwani, matron of the orphan farm. Ma Potokwani knew about Mr. J.L.B. Matakoni's kindness, and she also knew about his weakness for fruit cake.
They are rehearsing that song, Mr. J.L.B. Matakoni. But I asked the teacher to make sure that they were singing when you arrived. It is good of you to come out here again, so soon after your last visit. You are very kind.
What is it this time, Ma Potokwani? The water pump? Has it stopped working again?
That pump. It is a good pump, you know. Just a bit temperamental.
It is time to get a new one. That pump is like an old donkey that is broken with too much work. There comes a time, you know...
But you yourself said that they don't make pumps like that anymore, Mr. J.L.B. Matakoni. You said that, remember? Well, if they don't make pumps like that, then how can we replace it? We must keep it going.
There are new pumps. There are some very good new pumps.
But they would not be the same. And they would have many problems too. New problems. Then where would we be? No, it is much safer to stick with a pump one knows. But I didn't ask you out here to talk about pumps, Ra. I thought we would talk about something else. And I have made some fruitcake. Some very fine fruitcake. I have put in extra currants. You do like currants, don't you? I thought so. Here, have this piece. It is very big. And tell me, how is Ma Ramotswe?
She's very well, thank you, Ma. She has been working on some very difficult cases. She is trying to find out how a young man disappeared many years ago. I do not know how she will find that out, but she's a very good detective, and so we shall see.
It must be very difficult to find out what happened in the past. It's like looking for something on the ground after the rains have fallen. Everything is different. The years are like the rain, aren't they, Ra?
I am not sure. Perhaps they are. I have never thought of that. Now, this business of that pump, Ma,
And are you going to live in your house or in her house once you're married? I've been thinking about that and wondering. Your house is big, but Ma Ramotswe's house on Zebra Drive is big too. 2 big houses with lots of bedrooms. Seems a pity to have all those bedrooms and not have anybody staying in them. Don't you think, Ra?
I do not mind too much. I use the extra room for storage.
Now, I was thinking, you know, that those extra rooms would be very much liked by some of the orphans. You know how we like to find homes for the children. Foster homes, they call them. The child lives in the house, in a spare room, just like one of your spare rooms, for example.
I am sure that the children are happy with that. It must be good for them to stay in a house. But I am not sure...
Let me tell you a little story, Mr. JLB Matakoni. There are a brother and a sister here, very good children. They lived up in the north with their mother, who was a bushman lady, really. One of the Masawa, as people call them. But these children were of mixed parentage. A mother who moved around the bush, and a father who was in Botswana, same as you or me. They went around with the mother's people. Then the mother became late. And you know what those people did? I have heard that they did these things, but I could not imagine that it still happened. They buried the mother's baby, a baby son, with her, because they could not look after a tiny baby. But the daughter, who was 8 or so, was watching from the bushes, and she ran out a little later, scraped the sand off the baby, and made him breathe again. And he was all right. So she took him off with her and walked all the way to Francistown.
That is a very strange story.
And it gets stranger. When she reached Francistown, some kind people let her live in the back of their yard with this little baby brother of hers. And she lived there for 4 years until she was about 12. Then she became ill, and she ended up not being able to walk and sitting in a wheelchair that somebody had got for her. She was still looking after her younger brother. Then they came here. We gave them a home.
All that makes me sad, Ma. There are many sad things that happen, but at least this has a happy ending.
Yes. But it could have an even happier ending if we found some kind person to give them a foster home. Would you like some more fruit cake, Mr. JLB Matakoni? Take this big piece. Go on, it's good for you. This girl, by the way, is a good cook. I have taught her to bake fruit cake. Now, those spare rooms of yours.
Are you pleased, then? Are you pleased with these new clothes?
Oh, they are very fine, Ra. I am very happy. I have never had a dress like this.
And you, young man, are you pleased with those new shoes?
Oh, my brother is very pleased, Ra. He is too nervous to talk now, but he will start to talk later. He will start to talk when we are living in your house. You are very kind, Ra, to give us a home.
Good. I hope that you will be happy there. Ma Potokwani said that you were very anxious to live in a house.
Oh, it will be my first time living in a house. I have always lived in yards, and then at the orphan farm.
You must keep your rooms tidy. You must see that your brother does.
Oh, he is a very good boy. He will do as I tell him.
That is good. Now then, I am just going over there to collect my post from the post office.
Okay.
I will not take your wheelchair up the steps. You can stay here with your brother in the shade. Then I shall buy us some mopani worms from that lady over there. Would you like that?
That would be a very big treat, Ra. My brother loves those worms very much. There is a lady waving to you, Ra.
Huh?
Over there. She's coming this way. Look, she's waving again.
I must go to the post office. I'm in a hurry.
Did you not see me, Mr. JLB Matakoni? Did you not see your own fiancé? I was waving. You're going to the post office, I assume. I could have gone for you, you know, even today, even on a Saturday.
I am not sure if there will be any mail. I would not know. Perhaps I should go and check quickly. Then I can see you later, Maramotswe. You will have many things to do.
I am not that busy, Ra. And who are these children? Hello, children.
Hello.
You were talking to Mr. JLB Matakoni just then. Do you know him?
We are from Potokwani's place, Ma. She has sent us to come and...
They are from the orphan farm, Maramotswe. This is Moteleli and her brother, Puso. They are good children. Now I must go and check the post.
From Ma Potokwani? You said that Ma Potokwani sent you somewhere. Did she send you to the post office?
No, she sent us to Mr. JLB Matakoni's house. We are to live with him there now. That is what she said.
You are living with Mr. JLB Matakoni? You are living in his house now?
It is a very fine house, Ma. Very big. We each have a bedroom. I am very excited. And now he has bought us these new clothes.
That is very kind of him. Mr. J.L.B. Matakoni, could we have a quick word together? Over here. Yes. Just come over here for a moment. The children will be all right where they are. Well, Ra, what is all this about? Is it true? Have you taken on these children? Did Ma Potokwani get round you? I think you owe me an explanation, wouldn't you say?
Oh, Maramotswe, this is very awkward for me. I went out there, you see, and you know how she is. She would not take no for an answer. She never does. It's the same with the pump. And their van, too. The brakes on that vehicle, I have fixed them, and I have warned her about safety, and she says, please fix them again, Mr. J.L.B. Matakoni. That is what she says. And then there is that fruitcake of hers. She keeps giving me pieces and won't take no for an answer. You know how pushy she is. It wasn't my idea to take on those children. I promise you that. I shall get her to take them back to the orphan farm. I will do that this afternoon.
Stop, Ra. Just stop. Are you seriously suggesting that we should send the children back? After they have been given their rooms and their new clothes, do you think that I would expect that?
I should have asked you, Maramotswe. I know that. I should have asked you. The children will be disappointed, but they might find another foster home.
Mr. J.L.B. Matakoni, look at me. Look into my eyes. Do you think I could send children away? And do you think that I am cross with you? Are these the eyes of a person who is cross?
I do not know, Ma. You have a very good reason to be cross with me. I am a weak man. I let that bossy woman push me around.
Stop, Mr. J.L.B. Matakoni. I will not hear you call yourself a weak man. You are not a weak man. You are the kindest man in Botswana. The kindest man. And I am not cross. I was cross for a tiny little while when I first heard your story. But then I thought, what other man would do what you have done? I am a very lucky woman to be engaged to be married to the kindest man in all Botswana. That's what I have been thinking. So let's not talk about it anymore. Let's take the children back to your house, collect their things, and take them straight to my house on Zebra Drive. That is a better place for them to live. Your house, I'm afraid, is a bit of a mess, even if it is a very fine house in other respects.
You can come in, Mr. J.L.B. Matakoni. Yes, you can come in. Maramotswe isn't here, but please come in.
I was passing by. I thought that I might just drop in.
Now that you're engaged to Maramotswe, you don't need any excuse to come here. And anyway, I've just made tea, and I would like to have somebody to drink it with. Why don't you sit down?
Thank you. Oh, it is so hot today. I was working in the garage back there, and I felt myself getting hotter and hotter. Thank you. We need the rain, I think.
Has there ever been a time when we didn't need rain? I can't imagine any person in Botswana ever saying, oh, send this rain away. We have had quite enough rain. I cannot imagine that.
You are right. But we really do need it now. The cattle are looking thin. They need the new grass.
We never forget our cattle, do we? Even here in town, the cattle are the most important thing for us. Is that what we'll find in heaven, Ra? Sweet white cattle waiting for us.
I like to think that. I heard stories about that when I was young. They said that there were cattle in heaven. Such cattle as you are talking about. That is what they said.
Yes, cattle. Great white cattle. And these cattle will let the children, the late children, ride on their backs. And they will have kettle bells about their necks.
Yes, kettle bells. That is surely the sound we shall hear in heaven. If we ever get there, that is.
You are right. We can't count on anything. But listen, Ra. It is good to talk to you about cattle and heaven and so on. But there was something I wanted to ask you. I've noticed that even though you and Ma Ramotswe are now engaged to be married, I haven't seen an engagement ring on her finger. I have looked once or twice, not rudely, I hope, but sideways, like this. And I haven't seen a ring yet. You'll be buying her one, I imagine.
A ring? I have not really thought about that matter yet, Ma.
Mr. JLB Matakone, you must think about that. Have you talked to her about what sort of ring she would like?
Oh, I have not talked about that yet. Aren't these rings mostly for very young girls when they get engaged? Ma Ramotswe is not that young, you see. Perhaps she does not want a ring like that.
No, Ra, no. Every lady likes engagement rings. That is a very well-known fact. You can go out there and ask any lady at all, and she will agree with me. And an engagement ring has to have a diamond in it. That is another thing on which ladies are agreed.
A diamond? But diamonds they are very expensive, are they not?
There is no doubt about that. A diamond is expensive. That is why ladies like them so much. If they were not expensive, they would not be so popular. That is probably true. But when you ask a lady to marry you, then that is something that you just have to accept. So you must accept that, Ra. And you wouldn't want to disappoint my Ramotswe, would you?
No. I would not wish to disappoint her. She is a very fine lady.
Then I suggest that you take her to the jeweler's as soon as possible. She will be very pleased. Make it a surprise for her.
So, Mama Kutsi, what has been happening around here?
I have been sitting here. The telephone rang. I answered it. It was a wrong number. Then it rang again and nothing happened. Mr. JLB Matakone dropped in. Then I did some important work.
I must hear about this important work. But first tell me, what did Mr. JLB Matakone want?
Oh, he just came for a chat. He was feeling hot at the garage and he came and drank a cup of tea here. I think that he wanted to see you, but he got me instead. I talked to him about this and that, cattle, some other things too.
Other things?
Oh, nothing in particular. Except for one thing, I suppose.
And that thing, Ma, what was that thing?
Well, I'm not sure if I should tell you. But maybe I should. Mr. JLB Matakone is planning a surprise for you, Ma Ramotswe.
That is very interesting. A surprise. Well now, what would this surprise be, I wonder?
It could have something to do with a ring, Ma. But I wouldn't wish to spoil it for you. It is to be a surprise. The diamond ring will be a surprise.
I see. Well, that is very interesting. You are quite right to keep it as a surprise. Thank you, Ma. Now, what about this work you have been doing? What was that?
Well, Ma, you remember that photograph we found in that bit of newspaper? The one we found out there with those people had lived. That young man from America who was missing.
Yes, I wanted to look at that again.
I've already looked, Ma. While you have been away doing all those things, I've been working on that. And I think I found out who that man in the photograph was. The local man. That man called Ranta.
How, Ma? You are a very quick detective. Tell me about this.
Well, it is a very unusual surname, that. And so, I looked in the telephone directory. I think that is the most useful book there is for a detective. The telephone directory. And I found that there were only 2 Rantas. There was a Mrs. Ranta, who gives a box number as her address. And then there was somebody called Dr. O. Ranta.
Well done, Ma. That is exactly how a detective should work.
I found out more. I thought that this Dr. Oranta was probably the one we were looking for, especially as it says under the photograph, Dr. Oranta. But then we want to know more about him, don't we? So that you can go and see him. But if you telephone somebody directly and say, tell me about yourself, they will surely put the telephone down immediately, or I would. So I telephoned the other ranter and said, are you the mother of the ranter I am looking for? Are you the lady with that clever son?
Most mothers would say yes if you asked them whether their sons were clever. That is how mothers feel about their sons.
This one did. She said, oh yes, I am the mother of Dr. Ranta of the University of Botswana. That is my son.
And then?
And then I said, I think I met him years ago when he was living out at that place where they grew vegetables. That commune place. And she said, oh yes, I remember that place. It did not work, although the people there tried and tried. She gave me his telephone number at the university. She said that he is always happy to see people there. She said that he was one of the most popular members of staff there is. She said that it was only a question of time before he became the principal. She said, though, that there were some jealous people, and these people spread bad rumors about her son. They said that he was too friendly with some of his female students. She said this was the sort of thing that one had to expect when one was very successful and people were envious. Gossip, she said.
She is a loyal mother.
Yes, she is. I left it at that. I didn't want to deceive that woman.
You are right. And well done, Ma. You have found out some important information.
And now?
And now I shall have to pay a visit to this Dr. Ranta. I have a feeling that he knows what happened all those years ago. The only question is, how am I going to get him to talk?
I have no idea. You are the detective, Ma.
Yes, but you have done some rather good work yourself, Ma. Do you think it would be a good idea to promote you?
To make me senior secretary? Yes, it would, Ma. It would be a very good idea. You know that I got 97% in the final examinations of the Botswana Secretarial College.
I wasn't thinking of senior secretary. I was thinking of promotion to assistant detective. Would you like that, Mama Kutsi?
Oh, Ramotswe, you are a very kind lady. Grace Makutsi, assistant detective. It sounds just right. But may I ask you something, Ma? When will the promotion take effect?
From 3 o'clock, Mama Kutsi. After you have made us a pot of bush tea.
Ra? Excuse me, Ra.
Yes?
I wonder if you could turn the engine off, Ra. Just for a moment.
I am very busy, Ra. And do you hear that? Do you hear how that engine sounds? Ah, that engine is happy now. It was unhappy when it was brought to me. Now it is very happy. Engines have feelings, you know. There now. What can I do for you, Ra? I don't believe we have met.
No, we have not met, Ra. We have not met. I am a friend of your maid, Florence Pico.
I see. That lady has been working for me for a long time now. But I do not know her friends. They do not come to the house.
No, perhaps they do not.
Is there something wrong with my maid? Is that why you've come to see me?
There is nothing wrong with her. No, she is not ill, I suppose. But there has been an incident. A very bad incident. Your maid has been arrested, Ra. That is what I have come to tell you.
She has been arrested? Why has she been arrested? What has she done? She is an honest woman. I do not think that she would steal anything.
It is worse than that, Ra. She has been arrested for being in possession of a gun. The police found her with a gun and they have arrested her. It is very bad for her.
A gun? This is very strange, Ra. Are you sure? Why would she have a gun?
There are many reasons why people have guns. Sometimes they have guns because they are planning to kill somebody. Sometimes they have guns to defend themselves, and sometimes they have guns for another reason altogether.
Yes? What is that reason?
They may have a gun to plant on somebody else and get that person sent to prison. They may have got the gun and then asked somebody they knew, their boyfriend, for example, to plant the gun in that other person's house. Then that other person would be sent to prison. And then the boyfriend may think, oh no, I may not be perfect, but I am not so bad as to do a wicked thing like that. And then the boyfriend may decide to go to the police and say, if you go to the house of that maid, you will discover that she has a gun in her bag. That is what he might do.
Why are you telling me this, Ra?
Because that boyfriend may suddenly decide that he has had enough. And he might think that maid is a wicked lady. And then he might think that he has done some things which are not very kind to the maid's employer. Slept in his bed, for example, while he was not in the house. Eaten his meat, done that sort of thing. And he may decide that it is time to say sorry to that man.
I don't know what to say about all this. I really don't.
You don't have to say anything, Ra. It is too late for that maid of yours. She is going to prison for her wickedness. No, you do not have to say anything about that. But there is something that I must say.
And what is that thing, Ra? What do you have to say?
Sorry, Ra. That is what I have to say.
Right. You can open your eyes now, Ramotswe. We have arrived.
Are you sure, Ra? I've had them so firmly closed since we set off. I have no idea where we can be. No idea at all.
That is because this is a surprise. But now the time has come to open your eyes.
Very well. There. I am looking. Oh, now what do I see? I think I know where we are, yes. We are outside the dry cleaners. You are taking me to the dry cleaners, Ra. That is a big surprise.
There is a dry cleaning place, yes, but that is not where we are going. Look to the right. What do you see, Ma?
A small boy sitting on the pavement. He has no shoes on and he is tormenting a little group of ants by the look of it.
And behind him? What is that shop behind him?
That is Judgment Day Jewelers. The jewelers. Mr. J.L.B. Matakoni. Am I right to think...
You are, Ma. You do not need to be a detective to work this out, I think. I am going to buy you something. If you just come with me now, we shall go inside. They will help us, I think. Oh, there are so many rings.
Here he is. He will help us.
Good afternoon, Ra. Good afternoon, Ma. Is there anything I can show you? A nice necklace, maybe?
I am looking for a ring. And not for myself, you understand, but for this lady here. She is my fiancée now. She needs a ring.
Well, congratulations. That is very good news. It is always good news when people get engaged. It is good news for everybody. And we are the ones who help to tell the world about that good news. There is nothing like a fine ring to tell everybody that one is engaged to be married. It is a very fine tradition. Now, if you look here, you will see some very good rings. This one, for example, has 3 quite big diamonds, and the ring itself is made of white gold. That is very fine. It is more fashionable today to have white gold, although yellow gold is very fashionable too. Everything in here is the latest fashion.
That is a very big ring, but I am not sure whether it is right for us. I think that Ramotswe here would be happy with just 1 diamond. She is not a flashy lady.
Except maybe when it comes to rings. I do not think that it is flashy to wear 3 diamonds, Ra.
Of course not, Ma. But if your fiancé here is a bit concerned about price, then we must respect that. Look at this nice ring here. It has 1 diamond, but it is a fine diamond, and it would be a very good engagement ring. What do you think, Ma?
It is very pretty, and I think it fits. Just a little squeeze. There.
You have what we call a fuller finger, Ma. We can make the ring bigger if you wish.
No, it's fine. My finger is a traditional shape, but this ring fits very nicely. What do you think, Mr. JLB Matakoni?
Is that a Botswana diamond, Ra? Is that one of our fine Botswana diamonds?
Most certainly. That is from a Botswana mine. You are making a patriotic choice.
If you like that one, Ramotswe.
Yes, I do like it, Mr. JLB Matakoni. And I like you too. You are one of the most generous men in Botswana, and I am a very, very lucky woman.
You must show it to Mama Kutsi. She was the one. She is very interested in these things.
Oh, I shall show her. I shall certainly show her. And I think she will say,
Ramotswe, what a beautiful engagement ring. That is a very good choice.
Thank you, Ma. I am very pleased with it. And it's a Botswana diamond too, they said. That makes me even happier.
Our diamonds are very fine, I believe. And our men are too, when they get organized. I am glad that Mr. JLB Matakoni got round to getting that ring. Men sometimes need to be given a little bit of a push.
Quite so, Ma, quite so. And on that subject, there's our friend, Dr. Ranta. I think it is time for us to pay the university a visit. Would you like to come with me, now that you are an assistant private detective?
I am quite ready, Ma. How will we find him? The university is a very big place.
But like all big places, it's a village. You'll see. I wouldn't be at all surprised if we found out quite a lot about this man just by asking the right person. That's all you have to do, Ma, you know. Ask people. They usually are quite happy to tell you everything you need to know. So you find a suitable looking door and you knock on it. Coco, may I come in?
You may come in, Ma. And you too, Ma.
You are the secretary?
I am one of the secretaries. There are many of us here. I am a secretary grade 1, though, which means I've been here forever. I'm always here.
You weren't at the Botswana Secretarial College, were you, Ma?
I was, yes. I was, Ma.
Ah, a very fine college. I am Grace Makutsi, by the way. I was there too. And this is Ramotswe, who is my boss. She is a detective.
And she is an assistant detective. We are hoping to speak to a member of staff here, a Dr. Ranta. Could you tell us where we might find him?
Him. Join the queue. They are always looking for him. This person, that person. Why they bother, though, I don't know.
It sounds as if he has many friends.
Not in this office, Ma. Don't ask me about Dr. Ranta.
Don't ask you about Dr. Ranta? Very well, I won't ask you about him. But if I did, just imagine that I did, what sort of answer would you give? Not that I am asking you, of course.
Where would one start? Would one start with the womanizing? With the fact that he picks on a different women student every few weeks? Would one start them? Or would one just take one case, one poor girl, and tell you about what happened to her? I happen to know her, you see, and I know that he showed her an examination paper if she would agree to see him. That girl was very frightened. She's my cousin's daughter. I heard all about it from her. Not that anyone will touch him. No, not the great Dr. Ranta. Everybody is too impressed and too scared, all at the same time.
Oh, that girl. Yes, I know about that girl. Poor Margaret. I was very sorry for her.
Margaret? Who is this Margaret? That must be a different girl. The girl I'm talking about is called Angel, not Margaret.
Of course, Angel. Yes, that is the one. Where is his office, Ma? We might just try to see if we can find him in.
This door?
Yes, this is the one. It has his name too. Dr. O. Ranta, Ph.D., Princeton. That sounds very impressive, doesn't it? Impresses the girls, I suppose.
What are we going to say to him, Ma? This is a very clever man.
And we are very clever ladies. Don't you worry. We'll get this man to speak to us.
Yes, come in.
What is it? If you've come to clean the office, I'm busy. Go away and come back later, 5 o'clock maybe.
Oh, we are not the cleaners, Ra. We may look like it, but we are not.
Then what do you want? I'm very busy.
Just a talk, Ra. Just a talk about something that happened a long time ago. Now, do you mind if we come right in and sit down? That chair over there, Mama Kutsi. I'll sit here.
Listen, Mai, I don't have time to talk to anybody at the moment. I'm working on something very important. Now, if you want to see me, make an appointment.
We won't take too long, Ra. Just a quick talk. It's about what happened 10 years ago out of that place. You know the one. The place where that young American disappeared.
I don't know who you are or why you're interested in this. In a moment, I'm going to phone the security people and tell them there is an intruder. Now, 2 intruders in my room. Understand that, Ma?
I wouldn't do that, Ra. I wouldn't do anything silly like that. You see, I know about Angel. In fact, Angel has given me a full statement, as have 2 other girls. They have decided to give me their statements in writing. They are very interesting documents, Ra, and they are all about you. Now, Ra, that seems to have made you look worried. You aren't worried, are you, Ra? You aren't worried that finally somebody is prepared to speak out about what you have been doing? Abusing your position? Revealing the contents of examination papers to selected lady students? Very bad, Ra. How would it feel to be an unemployed university lecturer, sent back to your village? Not much to do there, Ra? How are you at planting melons? Maybe you could do that.
Now, what do you want of me?
Something very simple. The story of what happened that night. I think that you know exactly what happened and you could tell us. You could put that poor woman's mind at rest. That American lady, you could help her.
You are blackmailing me, aren't you, Ma? How do you feel about that? How do you feel about blackmail?
You can call it blackmail if you like, Ra. I would call it getting to the truth. I would call it setting things to rest, but you can certainly call it blackmail if you wish.
Now, the truth may seem very ordinary when you hear it, Ma. It may not help as much as you think it might.
You leave that for me to decide. You leave it for me and that American lady to decide whether the truth helps or not.
All right.
I don't like blackmail. I really don't. I also don't like telling lies. But on that afternoon in the office of that man, I told lies and used blackmail. But I think that it was the right thing to do, because there was no other way of getting that selfish man to tell me the truth. And he did tell me. There in his office, he sat there, like a little boy caught in the act of stealing something, looking guilty and frightened. And he told me the story that he should have told right at the beginning, but did not. There had been several people staying at the commune at that time. There was her son Michael Curtin, there was Dr. Renter, there was the German Burkhardt, and there was a South African woman called Carla. Michael and Carla were living together in one of their houses, but she moved out and started living by herself in a small hut. Then Dr. Ranta used to go and see her there at night. Michael did not like this, and he found them together one night in that hut. He started to shout and accused her of betraying him. Then he ran off into the bush. It was night, and you shouldn't run off into the bush in places like that. It's dangerous. So Dr. Ranta went after Michael and eventually found him. They struggled, and then, very suddenly, Michael fell backwards. They were on the edge of a small donga, a small ditch, and Michael tripped and fell back into that. It must have been the way he landed. People can break their necks just with a little fall. Carla arrived, and they decided that they would have to dispose of the body because if they told anyone, people would think that Dr. Ranta had killed Michael in a fight. So they put him into a large anthole nearby, and that was all that happened, except for one thing. Carla was carrying Michael's child. She went away and she had his child. And there was nothing else, at least from his point of view. But for me, it was just the beginning. I had some further inquiries to make, of course, but those were easy with the information that Dr. Ranta had provided. I found Carla quite easily. She was running a small hotel up north, and I took Mrs. Cutton up there. It was a very important trip for her, a very important trip, because she was going to meet her grandson, a boy she had never known existed. So now she knew what had happened to her son, that it was an accident, and she had found his own son. That was very important for her. It was everything that she wanted. Then on the way back, when I was driving down to Gaborone with her so that she could start her journey home, we stopped at the side of the road where some women were selling baskets. They were beautiful baskets, woven by the ladies who were selling them.
That one, Ma Ramotswe. Look at that basket over there. Isn't that a beautiful one?
It is a very special basket, this, Ma. Yes, I know baskets like this.
Those little marks all the way down the side, that design. Why those marks?
This design, Ma, is called Tears of the Giraffe. It is a very special design that the basket ladies use.
Tears of the Giraffe. What a strange idea. What does it mean, Ma Ramotswe?
Those little marks are meant to be the tears of the giraffe, Ma. The giraffe has nothing to give, so it gives its tears. Do you like it?
I like it very much. And what a nice story about the giraffe giving its tears. Wouldn't it be nice if that were true?
Perhaps it is, Ma. Perhaps it is. I went home after that, back to my house on Zebra Drive in Gaborone in the Republic of Botswana. That is where I belong, among people I love. I am a fortunate woman. I live in a good place, I have a fine fiancé, and I have my own business, the No.1 ladies detective agency. It is not a big business, but I am happy with my work. I am called to help people with the mysteries in their lives. That is what I am called to do. And there would be more mysteries to solve, more people to help, and more stories to tell about the lives of these people here in Botswana. I shall tell them one day, but now